Hello again, and this is now the the proper start of our YouTube video about our second attempt to make the B squad, with the cleanup squad from the Rebel Alliance, who escaped under covering fire from the heroic Rebel troopers, is now moving on to its next mission, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So, what say? Should we kick off with some of the stuff that normally people do at the end of a mission, the cleanup and the?
Yeah, I should mention that I'm not sure whether we were the rescuees or the rescuers in the previous mission.
I certainly felt so. Like Biv particularly, had picked up a gun that didn't properly work and sort of just ran around, soaking up hits from everybody. But I can't complain about that as a job for Biv to do.
I think just for a brief notice for anyone stumbling into this on YouTube. We're Alistair and Jeppe. We're respectively in London and Amsterdam, and we are going to play Legends of the Alliance, and we're going to play it online using a tool called the Tabletop Simulator. And we're using a digital version of Imperial Assault, which you can download for free and use with your physical components, or like we're doing with the digital version. And it's called Legend of the Alliance, where it'll basically take care of the Empire side of things.
Yes.
And other than that, we're one half of the Board Wars podcast, and on Boardwars.eu you can find our podcast. You can find a number of very informative pages on the game if you're new to it.
And on this channel, actually, you can see a previous version of Legend of the Alliance when Stefan was going through with doing it on Vassal. I think our version may be a little bit prettier, but he certainly did an excellent job of giving a further tutorial that sort of complements our start as well, if we were either going too fast or not fast enough for you, both of which I could easily imagine for the app.
And if you have seen the previous video, either caught it live or seen it on YouTube, we did make a couple of mistakes, primarily things we were rusty concerning the Legends of Alliance that changes some core mechanisms in the game. I think we got Blast wrong, for instance, and then we had the hawk eye of Pasi watching over us and directing us whenever we made mistakes. And also there's a bit of more sort of interface here with us using two different programs and sitting in two different towns in two different countries, so that it's a little bit more tricky to keep account of all the special abilities, and we actually only had our basic ones.
I guess the thing to say is, if you find yourself playing this game and you mess something up or need to go back, obviously there is no undo button, so I think sometimes a little creativity is required in terms of trying to figure out how to resolve something. For example, this we did actually catch, but last time we got 4 extra fame that I don't think we should have. Now, fame is an extremely subtle modifier in this game, but I'm sure there'll be other mistakes we make as well, but I'm going to see if there's a way for us to not carry some fame while at the same time still complete a mission without confusing it too much. And this could be one of those situations where trying to fix it makes it worse than not, but maybe if we're very close to guaranteeing a win, we'll be able to find a way to shave it back off.
I, on the other hand, of course, think that fame is just a way we're trying to bloat our way to become legends, and as long as it's nothing major than that, I'm perfectly happy with us having
some successful PR went out. Definitely, that does happen. You sometimes get stuff you don't deserve. Your 15 minutes of fame. So, well, with that said, let's go to the app screen and look at where we are following the end of our last mission. So here we have.
So story-wise, we were in our last chapter. We were helping the evacuation of one of the moons nearby Yavin, I believe, after the Battle of Yavin, and we were amongst the last ones to escape. And we're now set to do a bit of upkeep and also play an encounter, which is a kind of interlude that you'll find in the app. That's not in the ordinary version of the game.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, this is a new screen in terms of what we were tutoring last time. This is what you'll be able to look at between the two missions. I love this because it really reminds me of the old, not actually that used that often, but the old map in Knights of the Old Republic. Do you remember getting on board the Ebon Hawk and for the first time, and then having the ability to go to different planets? I love this. So.
I get this strange. The first time I played this, it was half a year ago that I played the Legends of the Alliance. I got this strange Master of Orion feel from.
Oh
from the
yeah,
map.
good call. Well, listen. But rather than click on to the next mission, I think the first thing we have to do is look at this highlighted figure down here, which is a rebel
I
figure.
think we can actually do the encounter before we do the shopping.
Oh, is that what
Because
you prefer?
the encounter doesn't include fighting, and sometimes we get a bit more credits and
That
stuff
sounds
that way
good.
around.
Okay, well, in that case, on that point, let's take this encounter in deep space near Agamar. Who's from Agamar
Yes.
in Star Wars? We're the Agamarians. You know, this is probably why we lasted 3 hours last time. I'll just go to Agamar.
We dare ask questions we don't know
Okay.
the answer to.
Do you want to read our...
Yes. Deep space near Agamar. This corner of space offers a view of the frozen and rocky surface of Agamar. In the early days of the rebellion, Captain Rex and stranded separatist droids joined forces to battle the Empire on the planet. And we can then select a briefing with our captain. We should mention that we're amongst the crew of a ship which I believe is called the Freedom Fighter, and we're now going to... actually, I think we have our own little spaceship, but we're now meeting the captain of the transport ship.
Let's begin this encounter.
escorting.
Captain Darpic, commanding officer of the Rebel Transport Freedom Fighter, has requested a meeting. So, begun. Why don't you carry on, Jeppe? You're doing such a good job.
Meet the captain. Your orders following the evacuation of Yavin Base are to escort the Rebel Transport Freedom Fighter to an Alliance rendezvous. After several hyperspace jumps to throw the Empire off your trail, you meet the ship's commander officer, Captain Darpic, aboard the Freedom Fighter's makeshift command center.
Okay, and here we are.
Captain Darpic is a pale-skinned Mon Calamari. She warmly greets Loco when she sees him. I'm glad to have you along for security, Darpic says after you introduce yourselves to her.
I'm glad someone is.
We're not really outfitted for independent operations. I will feel better knowing you will be watching our backs. And this is where we have some choices to make.
Well, I think, usually I tend to prefer the nice guy options. I don't know if I think this is going to be a good cop situation between us two, is it?
So the thing is, I played the campaign twice. I played it on easy level to introduce myself to it with 4 players, and I did the goody shoes thing. Then the second time when I played it on hard, I played with only 2 characters that were both actually mercenaries, I think, from the Jabba realms, and I basically committed myself to always doing the least good guy option. So I have that out of my system. I don't need to do it again. In fact, I think it trips you up a couple of times during the game, especially the mission we're going to be playing in a moment. So I think I'm more than happy to be of assistance.
Well, in that case, let's be happy to be of assistance then. There we go.
Our first order of business is to pick up some foodstuffs, Darpic says. We're carrying more passengers than usual, so we'll need extra supplies. I know a small port on Ord Mantell where we should be able to go undetected, but I have something other than a grocery run in mind for you. Commander Ginn is the senior Alliance Army officer aboard, and he's taking a team to Ord Mantell to extract operatives whose location has been compromised. He could use your skill.
No, I think that does sound like fun. That's why I'm doing this. I think that sounds like fun.
Fair enough. If I'm not mistaken, Ord Mantell was a skirmish map at some point, which was terrible lasers that killed you in horrible ways, so that is a dangerous place to go.
N64 junkyard, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Good, Darpic responds with a graceful nod. I'll let you return to your ship to get ready. Commander Jin will meet you there in 20 minutes. May the Force be with you.
They do like the name Jin, don't they?
Yeah, so many ways to spell it.
Okay, so we have another encounter, still in deep space, not having progressed any further. So I think we need to try the smuggler's sidestep. So this corner of space offers a view of the frozen and rocky surface of Agamar. In the early days of the rebellion, Captain Rex and stranded separatist droids... I think you already read this. There we go. Off to the smuggler's sidestep. Command needs volunteers to help recover assets that may be in danger now that the Empire has flushed out the base on Yavin 4. I'll just grab one. You find Commander Erez Jin at your ship, checking the firing mechanism on an A280 blaster rifle with the exacting efficiency of an Imperial Academy graduate. You must be the extra set of hands I was promised, he says. I hear you gave the Empire a good fight on Yavin 4. Well, that's not how I remember it, but I guess we can say we did our best.
And that was not particularly good.
Yeah. You follow Ares aboard the freighter. 2 more figures sit at the controls. I think we need different voices. Do you want to do Callie?
Yes. Corporal Callie Tararum.
Oh, you're stuck with that, Ares says, motioning towards the main co-pilot. Oh god, that was Ares talking anyway. Okay. Blooper reel. Quartermaster. His brain contains the most exact record of the Freedom Fighters Manifest, down to the last blaster pack. You may have noticed this is an unrehearsed podcast. So what do we say? You've got quite the memory, or yeah, how many do we have?
I'm really impressed with his memory.
Okay, well, more than ours. Cal shrugs broadly, and here you go. I don't want to brag, but I do use a data pad sometimes. And this is Burin Kassal, our pilot, Ares says. The man in the pilot seat gives little indication that he even knows that he's the subject of the conversation as he punches astrogation data into the ship's navicomputer. He's an expert at slipping past Imperial patrol craft. That sounds most impressive.
Yeah, but we know what he's been working as, right?
I assume. I don't put anything past Biv. It's not that hard once you know how their sensor arcs overlap, Burin says as he guides the ship into hyperspace. Okay. We drop out of hyperspace near Ord Mantell. That makes sense. An Imperial light cruiser looms large in your viewport. Security looks tighter than usual, Ares observes. Steady as she goes. Here we go, Callie says, almost eagerly. Burin grumbles at the quartermaster's attitude. They've dropped a new sensor net. Too tight to get through. I'm turning us around. The pilot grips the controls. We might be able to spoof the transponder and get through later, but that will take time. So,
I mean, we've got Saska with us, so...
I think if there's anything she's good for, it's for spoofing transponders.
Yeah.
A very underappreciated skill. So let's try to spoof it right now. And here we have our first actual test. All these tests that do not benefit from Diala or the other skills. So.
Yeah. For those who didn't see the last video, or at some time,
who
we
would jump in a
about,
video too?
Well, but basically we mumbled a bit about this, and I think we came to the conclusion that our abilities, we have abilities that affect things like these, but we're not going to use them in the interludes because it seems like it's not the spirit of the game. But I have shifted to our tabletop simulator because we do need to roll some dice.
Let's switch it up. So now we're going to look at... Oh, and I've spoiled the surprise. This was the lovely view that I was going to get everybody ready for. Look at all this good work that Jeppe has done in advance and ahead of time.
I'm afraid that it looks more like the cockpit of a YT 1300, where we are actually in a YT 2400, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, look at this beautiful surroundings. Apparently in the cockpit, no less. We're definitely looking the wrong way. Okay, so why don't we get together our tech tests. So, I, with the ones that I'm in charge of, am supplying a blue and a green, and another blue and a green.
Why don't you just roll yours first? And you can put them together if you want.
Here we go. Here's Biv and Mern's contribution. Well, no surprises there. 1 from the team of Biv and Mern in spoofing those sensors.
Okay. So I have a blue from local, and then I have a blue and a green and a yellow from Saska.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try not to delete the dice this time, though I have saved up some spare dice.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's see.
Right, and a quick zoom into the results. Oh, dear.
So in total we got 1 success on our attribute rolls.
That sounds like Saska. I've got a feeling the Empire is not going to be too deceived by our attempt there. But let's see what happens when we put in that result. So, we popped open a maintenance panel and accessed the ship's transponder. Little did we know we were apparently accessing something very different. It's a complicated process, rarely executed in the heat of the moment. Each hero tests mechanics, input the total. We got 1. Confirm. You plug a data pad into the ship's transponder and detailed data flows across the screen. You can make some quick changes, but your datapad's screen starts to blink red. You've tripped a BOSS security program. Bossa. Oh, and there it goes. Our 5 fame. Yeah, there we go. An officious Imperial voice comes over the ship's comm. Unidentified freighter. Reduce speed and prepare to be boarded, or you will be fired upon.
You know, the Empire is very British, right?
Gotta be British. Like, it's always best bad guy races. Ares sets his jaw. Get away from that panel, the officer snaps at you. No chance of getting you to the planet now. Get us out of here, he tells Burin. You escaped to hyperspace moments ahead of Imperial laser fire. Your actions endangered your mission and your ship, Your reputation suffers from this mistake. Now, I didn't think Saska could have any less of a reputation, but she does now. We lost 5 fame.
Viv is rubbing off on her.
Obviously. Well, let's continue and see where it goes from there.
So before we click on the mission, we need to do our upgrading.
Now it's time. Let's look at what we've got in the armory, and you may have to look up some of these cards while we go.
Yeah.
So, in the armory, we have, looks like a good number of tier 1 guns. And this is an example where you see where if you play this app, it's going to show you the kind of gun, but it's not actually going to give you any information about it. You have to find the card reference.
Let's see if I'll find them so we have a look at them.
Yeah.
You just need to give me some time to.
A few upgrades in tier 2, and we've got.
Yeah, I've actually put them all together because I need to do search anyway. Could you tell me, is it the DH?
So we got the DH-17, or the, as I call, the Alliance Smuggler Blaster.
Yeah.
We got the Tatooine Hunting Rifle, the
Yeah.
The DL-44, looks like Hans Blaster. Charge Pistol, I don't know if where that's from in Star Wars. And on our upgrade side, we got the Sniper Scope.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The Tactical Display.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the Bolt upgrade. So, good looking set to upgrade our very weenie weapons to start with.
That was all of them?
That is all of them. Let's go to the main board.
Alright, I'm just...
Oops.
The one thing to keep in mind is that the prices are probably different in the app than they are here.
And here's another reminder that in the app we've won the Admiral's uniform and the reinforced helmet, both of which excellent items, but that is going to possibly influence some of our decision making with the...
Am I correct that it was 6 things in total?
7, I believe.
Which one am I missing?
You're
oh, there it is.
missing
There it is, Sniper Scope.
4, 5, 6, 7. That seems right, yeah. And it's interesting now how, of course, the app will jump you to those level 3 upgrades if need be. Now, do we want to choose all the upgrades that Stefan really doesn't want us to choose? We can really frustrate him. Just pretend like we've ignored all of the advice from his various podcasts and choose the really bad ones. But
I have to actually, I have to sort of tap in and out to see the price in between. We've got a 1,000 credit.
1,000 credits, yeah.
We're probably going to sell something. In turn, I was trying to interact with the
yeah, that's fine.
thing I had that doesn't work. All right, I think the tactical display is always an evergreen because that will just help us no matter what weapons we get further on.
I'll just put that to the side and say let's think of what we can do with 700.
Sniper scope I would normally avoid, but on the other hand, with someone like Loku, it's not at all impossible that it gets to be used fairly often.
Well, that would bring us down to 450, so we're just under the DL-44 unless we sold someone's gun. So the tactical display, sniper scope, and the DL-44, loving that double upgrade spot, is a possibility.
The question is if we want to rule some things out. For instance, I wouldn't mind us just ruling out the Tatooine hunting rifle.
I think it's such a close match to what you already start with, frankly, that I am happy to rule that out as well. And I, particularly, between the DL-44 and the DH-17, I really like that extra damage potential, especially if we've got the ability to throw some more surges around. Not least with Saska's ability to be throwing those tokens around. If anything, it might be an argument against the sniper scope because we've got the ability to get surges from Saska.
That is true. Though as we go further, there'll be more and more uses of her tokens.
That is true.
I just need to keep an eye on what Stefan is yelling at us.
I'm trying very hard to ignore that.
DL-44.
Yeah. Well, I think I like the look of the tactical display of the DL-44, and I could even stay there with the healthy.
That's nice for anyone who's unfamiliar with the way the Legends of the Alliance works, is that if you ever sell things back, you get the full value. So I'm not overly worried that we are making a mistake in what we buy.
I had forgotten that, but it's a very good point, yeah.
But could you check the prices, because the prices might be a little bit different in the app than they are in the
Oh, that's a very good point. Let me just double check, make sure that we have the same. So the DH17 is correct. The titanium hydrogen rifle is correct. The 44 is wow. The DL44 is actually going for 350. So apologies there.
See.
Charge pistol is 350, and the oh, I'm doing the same thing, clicking on the wrong screen. And the sniper scope is going for 250. The tactical display for 400, so that's been bumped up a little bit extra, and the bolt upgrade is 250. So the tactical display is more expensive at 400, but the DL44 is cheaper
at
350.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should get to the good stuff. So I say we still buy the DL44 at 350, so that's a good discount, and then offset that cost with 400, and so that's spending 750 of our hard-earned credits, and then we have 250 left, which I'd be happy to put the sniper scope in there just to be able to sell it for full price later. What do you think? That's my proposal. This is me speaking
unless we want the bolt upgrade for Biv.
Biv with the bolt upgrade, why not? Better idea, let's do that. Sniper scope gone, bolt upgrade in. I'm going to say that our hourglass of sound is now gone, and we're going to have to move forward with the game. So let's put these back in their respective pockets, and that's what we've bought. So
bear in mind, we actually do have a bit more money if we sell our weapons, but I don't know if that makes a difference.
I think we should. I think we're good to go with what we have here. So I'm going to buy those 3 in the app. Confirm. Look at that. Perfect. I love it when you got 0 in the bank. Very good sign.
I'm still wondering whether it's better economy to take the sniper rifle on Loku than the tactical display, considering the 150 difference in price.
Well, this will be the question. We'll have to wonder. So let's carry on with these ones and see if it comes back again.
Okay.
So now I'm going to suggest we just switch the screen on. We'll leave it on the full screen because we're now going to look at our upgrades. So I think you've already made some decisions for Saska and Loku, is that right?
Yeah, they were sort of making themselves, I think.
So you've decided on the toolkit for Saska, which, if we just bring up a double screen here.
So just to motivate, the other one she has is the one where you can show them, you can throw the devices as grenades. But the path I see for her with the way you upgrade in the Legends of the Alliance, I think she's going to get several things where there are uses for the devices, and if there are many uses for the devices, there's just going to be less gotten out of it, if that makes sense.
That is usually a safe bet, yeah.
So I decided to go for this one instead, though I don't.
But don't forget, there is the nice thing about this game is, I believe, and watch me be wrong with this, but I think you can change your class cards every mission.
That is quite possible,
yeah. And I think also, I was trying the other day, but yeah, I think that the yeah. So I think you're going to go with the toolkit. Now, what have you decided for Loku?
So with Loku, I went for the option where I can ignore line of sight when I put on the tokens, which is really great. It's going to it's going to be a little bit of a different game in that we don't have a sentient Empire player, so he cannot intentionally try to block line of sight, but it still is better than the alternative, I think, which I've already forgotten what it was. I should have had this open. I've looked at it plenty.
Okay. It's that's the scouting report, which I imagine might have to do something to do with being able to pick up those crates.
The scouting report is actually, it's a bit the same thing as with Saska. The scouting report is the one where he can put tokens on a box, and then you can interact with that crate without spending an action, which is great. But the thing is, I think we're going to rest less than you do in an ordinary game, and because we rest less, strain is going to be a little bit more of a valuable resource, if that makes sense. And I think being able to put these tokens on a little bit more freely will help with some of the abilities he gets later on. And also, more important thing, in fact, which I now remember factored into my decision making, is that we might not have the strongest damage output. So I think something that helps us hurt our opponents is more important than something that helps us pick up stuff.
Absolutely. Well, let's look at the two Biv abilities then, so I can make a quick decision. So, when an adjacent hostile figure is defeated, not likely, you may interrupt to place a figure in one of the spaces that the defeat figure occupied. Okay. Or shake it off. Exhaust this card at the start of activation to test strength. If you roll 2 or more successes, you may recover a strain or discard a harmful condition. I am not thrilled about either of these, but I think that of the two, especially early in the game, I'm more likely to be able to take advantage of shake it off.
Yeah, I think the problem with shaking it off is that it's so unreliable. If you get a survival kit or the thing that allows you to reroll a die on strength might help you. On the other hand, I've just said how strain is a even more valuable resource now than a normal game. I stole the DL44. I presume that was going on Loku.
Oh, sorry, the DL44. Yes, I think that's absolutely fine.
Take the tactical display with it.
Now, just for Myrn, as you can see in the app in the window, Company of Heroes, her card that allows her to. So this is it. When you deploy a unique ally, you can reduce its deployment cost by 4 to a minimum of 0. However, that is not the way the app works, so that's currently unsupported. They say temporarily, so I wonder what they're going to come up with instead. So that means my choice is not really a choice. It is definitely going to be the Sonic Bellow, which, again, to those people who thought it was going to be fun to deny us, good characters for this app, I mean, we're going to be running around doing Sonic Bellows. What is not fun about that? That's going to be fantastic. So exhaust this card during your activation to test Focus. If you pass, choose a hostile figure of cost 3 or less within 3 spaces. That figure becomes stunned. I am happy to have 2 testing abilities to go forward with. So
now we have a uniform and a reinforced helmet.
Yes.
I thought concerning the helmet, that is basically something that helps you survive a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And I thought either we can go by a philosophy of putting it on the character that is the most likely to be defeated. There's a whole mind game that's gone, again, because we don't have a sentient opponent. So we can put it on the one that's the most likely to get defeated to keep them operational and unwounded as fast as possible. Or we could put it on the most sturdy character so that the risk of us getting a loss from everyone being defeated is less.
I think
if we're going the latter, that would probably be Biv.
I think Biv is also a character who really drops off in value once his card has been flipped. What little value
give
he
him the helmet,
so
then.
I think he should be wearing a helmet. Cover that beautiful face fizz. Now, what about this Admiral's uniform, which is fantastic? Obviously, one of the greatest.
Who needs the reroll the most and will be the closest to other characters for that matter? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's actually a Moncalm in the Admiral's uniform.
I believe he is the person who I'd be happiest to see get a vastly improved roll result. So I think I'm going to have to agree with you that is the right place for the Admiral. I think he is our champion. Although I'm sure fans, frankly, if I was a fan of this one, I would want to see it on Sasuke at some point during the campaign, since she really is the MVP.
Now, did we sell our starting weapons in the app, or was that not possible?
Actually, it's not possible, as I recall.
Okay.
So we are stuck with our starting weapons, but that is probably what accounts for some of the more generosity we get elsewhere in the app.
Okay, so in that case, I will just flip this around to make a little bit of space.
Okay. So, let us proceed to Ord Mantell while you set that up. So, I am going to let us go, and I think it'd be lovely if... So, the mountainous mid-rim planet sees its share of outlaws. The Black Sun criminal syndicate operated out of the Ord Mantell city during the fall of the Republic. So, selected briefing, the search for Darpik. Several members of the Freedom Fighters' crew, including Captain Darpik, have gone missing during a mission to acquire rations for the additional evacuees aboard the transport. Head planetside and discover what happened to the captain. And we have no ally available. Do you think that's because we didn't actually leave with any rebel troopers last time?
I think it could also have been because we just completely fluke the thing we were just doing a moment ago.
Could have been.
the encounter. I am not sure.
All right. Well, let's begin the mission. So, here we are. The crew members went missing during a resupply mission on this mountainous mid-rim world. You track the missing crew's shuttle to a docking bay in a remote, sparsely populated region of the planet and decide that it will be a good place to start looking. Okay. Now, well, normally we'd have to place these tiles, but you've done some work to get us ahead of the game, so let's just move straight on. We enter the spaceport complex to which the docking bay is attached. To our left is the docking bay where the crew's shuttle is docked. To your right, the cantina, with the sound of live music and the smell of fresh cooked food wafting through the open door. Deploy our rebels. So our starting point is...
I should mention that this mission, when I played it the last time, half a year ago, was the only mission I lost on hard level. That was playing with only two figures. That was a trauma.
It's hard to say how bad these wins and losses happen, but I think if we deploy from this position now, what do we think? I think we're gonna have to go into the canteen and talk to some people. I haven't done a replay of the mission, so I'm gonna need to remind myself.
I think those with the most people skills should probably be closest to the cantina. I think that's Loco, and I don't know if you noticed the thing about Mern.
I did not. Oh, is she a figure now? Goodness.
Yeah.
Look how pretty that is.
I imported her from another module in
Wonderful.
Tabletop.
Thank you for that. Well, let's put Mern then, at least one off the deploy to there, and have her pointing towards the... now, Biv is not a people person. I think he should be there, and then Saska can look towards that terminal, perhaps. Excellent. Yeah. Rebels deployed. The cantina is populated with a number of beings of multiple species. Place 4 mission tokens as indicated. Continue. A crate of supplies sits in a corner. It is placed. And it appears your fellow crew members were in the middle of loading supplies onto their shuttle as several crates sit up against one wall, waiting to be carried aboard. Lazy crew members. Probably was our job. A terminal near the entrance could be used to access the docking bay security systems, with a bit of slicing. Saska, do you feel like you're going to slice a little better this time? And last but not least, a disheveled Bith in tattered clothing sits on the ground holding out an open hand towards anybody who passes by. You set out to discover what happened to the missing crew members. Objective updated. Find the freedom fighters' missing crew members. Shall we continue?
Here we are.
Off to us. Now, one of the things I'm just going to show in the app here is that I missed this in the first playthrough, is that if you're in a situation like this, where they've sort of given you some flavor text, you can feel free to click around on various, or tap around on various things, and it will tell you what we have. So here we have a Gran, who I will just ignore, and this is not interacting, this is just, it's asking for an interact, a little bit like a crate would, but we can sort of quickly check what we're looking around to. I think we should have Biv start the day, and perhaps you should go speak to this Biff, who's got his hand out.
Biff. What is a?
That's the Cantina band.
Oh, that's the. Oh yeah.
So let's have Biv go first. So I'm going to go back to the tabletop display and go 1, 2, 3. Save a movement based on how this interaction goes, and let's talk to that Biff. Sorry, I will continue to touch the wrong thing every time. Spare some credits for a man down on his luck, the Biff asks you, holding out a hand in your direction. A hero can interact with this token to question the Biff. I think Biv is a bit of a tightwad, especially since we don't have 10 credits to offer, so I think we should just threaten him.
Shouldn't we maybe just give him some money?
I don't think we have any money to give him.
Oh,
we've literally
gone
to zero. Well, I guess let's find out. Give him 10 credits. Thank you, he says gratefully as you hand him some credits. Well, apparently Biv found something between the couch cushions on the Millennium Falcon. You show him an image of the missing crew members and ask if you've seen them. No, I've not seen these people. Oh, I don't believe him. Again, Biv's red mist is descending, and I think he wants to threaten him. So I'm going to go to a threaten here. You threaten to make things unpleasant for the Biff if he does not tell you everything he knows about your missing crew members. It's time for a strength check. So, let me grab a yellow and a green and a blue.
And this is where you might want to swap to your.
Let's go. And mildly threatening Biff. Not his most threatening effort, I would say. So I'm going to have to say 1 muscle for Biv. Okay, well, look at that. Perfect. I'll tell you what you want to know, the Biv says, cowering in fear. I saw your people come through here. They went into the furnace room. He points to the door on the left. When you turn to see where he's pointing, he takes off running away from you. Discard this mission token. Well, that's excellent news. So we now know where our people are, and I think Biv will use his last move to just go 1 closer. And in fact, I think I might even just take a strain to move 1 closer. That's my 5th move. And let's attempt to shake it off. So
Isn't shake it off at the start of your activation?
It is. I will get ready to shake it off next time.
Yeah.
All right. And maybe just 1 more then to get right up to that door. 2 strains. Biv, you are boss. Well, that is 1 activation down. Let me just tell the app that Biv is gone. And it is not giving us anything new, so it's over to perhaps one of your people to do something exciting.
What we could do is, I mean, Saskia is not really a people or strengths person, but what she could do is we could have her go first, and she could give a token to Mern, so that Mern is a little bit, somehow having a device will help when you're talking to people, I've heard.
Well, that's a good idea. Why don't we do that? So I will...
Oh, and did you notice I also put some tokens out and
see. We
increase them in size? Yeah.
Absolutely ready for prime time.
All right, so I'm going to give a device token to Mern.
Yep.
And I was wondering, should she go for a crate or go for the terminal, or should she go and talk to someone?
I think she should go for that terminal. I think the app indicated to us that there'd be a good slicer, and best I have at the moment is her. Might want to go over there, but she could also end so she's next to the crates for opening them later.
3. Oh, more than that. She's got a speed of 5. But let's see. She is going to punch in to the terminal and see what's going on.
So I'm just going to jump over to the app here. What's the... hopefully this is visible enough when we do the split screen. So let's go to the terminal. The terminal is connected to the docking bay's security system. Its security lockout will have to be bypassed to gain access to the wider system. A rebel can interact to try to gain access to the system. Shall we interact?
Yeah.
That is our first one. So, we attempt to circumvent the terminal security. Test mechanics.
Alright, so a tech test coming up. Let's see.
I'm excited.
Now, I could add 1 more to the test, but if I do that, then I don't have my toolkit available for Mern to use it.
I think the greater success, the greater reward, and an opportunity like this is, I think if we get 3, we're more likely to just knock the result out of the park.
All right. So we go for 3 then, or?
I say we go for 3. I say it's worth the investment.
Okay, so I'll use my toolkit, so it won't be available later this round. So it says, exhaust this card while performing a tech test to apply 1 to the results. Whoops, that was a bit too much. Let's just turn that there. Okay.
So that's just
3 successes.
3 successes. Well, let's see what the app thinks about that. 1, 2, 3. Confirm. You managed to brute force the password lockout on the system and gain access to the docking bay's security net. Ooh, well done. Well done, Saskia, MVP. You check the bay's surveillance holocam recordings for any clues as to what happened to the missing crew. You rewind through the past several hours, during which the bay sits completely still. At last, you detect movement. Playing back the recording, you see the members of the Freedom Fighters crew loading supplies into the shuttle when they suddenly come under attack. You see what appear to be stun blasts as the 4 crew members are quickly rendered motionless. Several figures enter the docking bay and collect the unconscious rebels, carrying them out of the bay. Oh dear, an ambush. As the rebels are hauled off, you get a good look at the face of an Advos. Oh god, somebody's going to make fun of me for that. Who looks directly into the holocam. If you could locate this Advos, you might learn what happened to your people. As you are committing the alien's appearance to your memory, you notice a familiar face among the kidnappers. The disheveled Bith, who you had seen begging in the corridor. Well.
Oh, you should have roughed him up a bit more then.
Obviously. I wish I'd known. I would have just saved that 10 credits that we got for free. And that is our.
So the
So we just.
Hold
I'm just looking at the.
bay doors can be done later then.
I guess we now are ready to open it, so we've sliced through the security. Now it's just another separate interaction. We don't want to leave yet, so why open the bay doors?
Question is though, I still have 2 movement points. So should she move to the crates, or should she move back in the hallway where stuff is bound to happen?
I think the crates are the right idea for Saska. I think she's perfectly. It's good job for her.
Okay, I'll move her to there then.
Okay, so I will just tell the app that Saska has gone. Now, maybe Mern should go try to make some friends, maybe even with an Adavos, who we'll try to find. So, looking this way, we've got a Gran, who I'm going to ignore, an Advos, oh, there it is, and a Shistavanen, and somebody behind the bar. Well, I think Mern should possibly go speak to that Advos.
Something to consider: if you stay within 3 spaces of a loco, his uniform might inspire you if need be.
I think I will try that. So let's go with Mern. 1, 2, 3. Here we are. And let's have a chat with this friendly Advos. You recognize this person from the Docking Bay hologram records. He had been among those who abducted the Freedom Fighters crew. A hero can interact with this token to question him. I'm going to ask him about the missing crew. You approach him to ask about the missing crew members. You show him images on the datapad of the missing crew and ask if he has any information about their whereabouts. It's time for me to test focus. So, I am unsurprisingly not too bad at this old focus game. 2 successes. And I think...
Now, the question is, this is the last... I mean, it's free to use Admiral's uniform because when I activate it gets refreshed, and there's not going to be any other attribute rolls, I think, before then. So you could re-roll the 2 of them without searches.
Why not? Let's try it. So a little re-roll there, getting us 3 sweet successes. Great. 1, 2, 3. Confirmed. They were here last night, he replies. They played a few hands with me and took a lot of my credits with them. Haven't seen him since. You can tell he's bluffing, and you stare him down for a long moment, which, if you're an Authorian, that means something. He makes a move as if to pull a weapon on you, but you are faster and have your weapon pointed at his chest before he can draw his. Oh my god, Mern!
Go, Mern!
Secret weapon, spy, amazing. Continue. He slowly moves his hand back to where you can see them. Easy now, he says. This can be a win-win situation. You let me go, and I will tell you where your friends are. Deal? Alright, well, it looks like we agree to his terms, and after he surrenders his small holdout blaster, he hands you a keycard and tells you the crew are being held in the furnace room. Discard this mission token. So, we've doubled up on our good news. Did I get a holdout blaster? Oh, apparently not. So we can discard this mission token. Away it goes. Well, Mern has gone 1, 2, 3. And is now just sitting next to somebody who's uninformed. I'm just going to move her 1 next to the bar, just in case we want to get a drink later. And that is the end of Mern's activation. The app has once again not reacted to this activation in any way. So, last but not least.
Okay, so I'll start by refreshing the uniform, dusting it off, just by standing here in the hallway. That's impressive. Now, I don't know what is best to do. I mean, there is more people and more things to be found out in the bar. There are things to be taken out of a crate, or there's the option of moving towards the door where stuff is going on.
I think, now that we've got double the same information, which is that we are trying to get into the furnace room, I think it might be time to open the door. However, my rule of thumb for playing Imperial Assault is do not open a door with your last activation if you can at all avoid it. So yes. I don't know that it's the best thing to do. I think you may want to pick up a crate and then get moving our way, perhaps, would be a good way to spend your turn.
You see, if I move towards the crate, then I'm going to be further away from...
Biv?
Yeah, and from where the action is. I could also just waste my actions, in a sense, and go towards the door, so I'm in place for...
oh, well.
But, yeah, good question.
I think if you were to even consider double straining, you could both pick up that crate, which I think is always a good thing to do, and it can really define a game in terms of what gear you get. And then you can even strain up to this point right here, where you would be in pretty good shape to support or at least run in if there's anything that happens to the furnace room.
Yeah, it does mean that I won't be able to put any combat spotter on anything, and I will only get one attack in the following round. But on the other hand, we'll have something out of a crate, which is nice.
I think I've never been disappointed with the results of a good crate. So.
All right, so let's see. I have 5 move, which is not bad at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll pick up the crate.
Time to pick up a crate. So I will inform the app. We've got a med pack and 50 credits. No card though. Oh.
Okay.
So that crate is gone.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 times strain to get to there. It's a pity I'm not a little bit closer to.
Look at that teamwork.
It's a bit, but
well,
yeah,
let's
that'll do it.
inform them that Loku has gone. Now, a group of Imperial troops, comes through the door that you had just entered. And Advos told us they were going to be going to the furnace room. Oh, damn, you hear the leader say. Let's check it out. Roger, roger. Well, what do we have? It looks like an Imperial officer will be joining us.
Okay.
And that is in this spot right here, where I've just dropped the die. I'm just going to grab us a blue officer who a little Thrawn in honor of the game, so I'll make him a blue one. And backing him up, we've got some generic heavy stormtroopers who I will deploy. Copying. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong app. So 2 rebel heavy stormtroopers. Now I think these guys would want to stand as close to us as they possibly could.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to... This is going to drive me crazy unless I... There we go. Oh. And we also get another officer. This one will be Officer Black Outfit.
Now, you'll see that I've pulled out the deployment cards. They're just there for reference because a lot of their abilities are not working or working differently than in the normal campaign.
And that is a Officer Black Outfit. Lovely. And that is our enemy deployment. We are now in round 2. So, whatever shall we do with this information?
Yeah. And we have a suggestion here from Captain Mass that you can use the tab key to show an arrow for the table to see. Not entirely sure if is that in Tabletop Simulator or... there is, yes. So if I want to tell you something, I can just drop a table. Sorry, a couple of arrows, which I imagine go away. So this will make it easier to tell you where I think you should go. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Captain Maz. Appreciate it.
Cool point.
All right. I don't know who among us is most likely to be able to kill officers, but I think it would probably be Loku, and I think it's probably worth doing. Because in this app, officers are so much more frustrating than their regular counterparts. I think they would be lovely to do a 1-2 kill there.
I think Loku is probably the one most likely to kill them. The benefit with someone else going first is that they will have the advantage. Will have the advantage of the Admiral's uniform 1 extra time, basically.
Aha, good point. Well, in that case, if we were to consider Mern, let's not forget that these generic heavy stormtroopers have a figure cost of 3. Now, let's just have a quick look in the app at what our threat level is. It's 3.
Aha.
Now.
And you could even stun one of them, which I'm not sure. Well, will prevent 1 action at least, but...
Well, I think it would stop them from running around, although that's not entirely our biggest problem. Why don't we go with the lovely Mern then? Since she is in range to do some damage. I don't hate a blue beam. Now, I'm not going to be able to shoot officers, but I will do some damage if I can to some of these heavy stormtroopers. Maybe one of these heavy stormtroopers would very kindly kill an officer for me.
Yeah, I'm wondering if your thing does that require line of sight? No.
I'm still inclined to shoot with the heavies rather than the officers, but...
oh yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Well, let me start there. So I'll go with Murn. And the first thing I'll do is I will take a strain, because I'm going to be doing false orders. So I've chosen a hostile figure with a figure cost equal to less than the threat level than 3 spaces and perform an attack. It will be this heavy right here, which I indicate with my little bouncing arrow, and he's going to shoot the blue officer.
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to check the app briefly to see if I... So they're going to have blast 1 and +1 damage. So, just like their regular. So I'm going to roll.
Yeah, I guess we're using, actually, no, when you're attacking with them, we're using the abilities on their...
card, yeah. Because we can make decisions, can't we? So, let's shoot at an officer with a white die. We definitely have copies of all these dice, don't we?
I have extras saved in case you...
Okay. 2 damage, it looks like. Not bad. I'll take it. 2 of the small damage, perhaps, would do for Mr. Officer. So that's 2 damage to the blue officer. Now, I'm not going to be able to do any more finishing him off, sadly. So I think I should just perhaps try my Sonic Bellow against the same guy. So let's just do a Sonic Bellow test. So I'm going
you
to...
can also do a your own attack, can't you? Where you can potentially move things around. I don't know if that's helpful.
Ah, that's a good point. I don't think it will help given the one I've chosen to shoot, but I still
Maybe
think,
not. Maybe not.
Yes, that's a good point. Maybe I shot the wrong one. Well, here we go. Let's just try to do a stun here. So let's deal or draw. Why can't I? Why could you exhaust but I cannot? Oh, never mind.
So I do for it. There you go.
Got it. Excellent.
It's
so,
E and Q for.
Yeah, no, just lost it for a second there. So here's my test.
Which one of them are you?
I will be doing the same one I just instructed. So I really got a grudge for that guy. That is successful. So let's put a stun token on the buried heavy, who unfortunately can still see me. So I don't think I've managed to get out of shot there, but it was still nice to, still fun to stun him. Oh, maybe I could destroy his line of sight with a shot to the other heavy. Shall we see?
You can decide who he gets to shoot at most, but he can shoot at you right now, right?
Oh, that's true.
Now, before you shoot, you do have the option of using the device from Saska, but I don't know that you get that much out of having a surge, and you can only use 1 surge anyway. Well, you can recover a strain, of course, but bear in mind you also have potentially rerolling both dice with Admiral's uniform.
It seems that I could also interact with the bartender if I wanted to order a beverage. Just have that as an option as well.
Yeah, instead of attacking, yeah, that's an option.
I think I'd rather shoot the heavy right there.
Yeah,
so I'm going to declare a range 3 attack.
Yeah.
And here we go against a... That's well, seen worse against a black die. Composite plating is not in effect because I'm nice and close. So I'm doing...
You could re-roll 1 or more dice. The blue has a 1 in 6 and getting worse, and 1 in 3 and getting better.
I think I should. Is this using the Admiral's uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So I'm going to re-roll that. And it got slightly better. So I did not use a token on that attack, so I'll use 1 to clear a strain, the other 4 pierce 1, meaning I get 1 damage through.
Yeah.
And because I have damaged him, I can push him a space, but I think I'm happy to take a damage since I'm the one who can allow you to recover some strain if I get hit.
Oh yeah.
So instead I will just take 2 strain, because I'm incorrigible this way, to move a little
We're not
closer.
really managing to remove any of them, but well.
And I have done, so I'm going to the app. Let's just say that Mern has gone. And they have decided to go with the regular heavy stormtroopers. So, shall we start with the one in the back? Because this is where we can talk about stun.
Yeah, I don't know if the Imperial rule would be that the worst thing for us is if the non-stun goes first, because it frees us options for the other one.
I think that makes sense. So, the rebel adjacent to most other rebels is a choice between Mern and Loku. I think of the choice between the two, it would definitely choose to attack you, since attacking me gives bonuses. So I think that's going to be an attack on Loku.
Yeah, and I'm also in the situation where we're both equally close, I guess.
There it is.
Probably
So,
next to...
the shot is... I'll allow you to shoot yourself.
Okay.
It'll be your own fault.
That is a red and a blue, I believe, versus my white, isn't it?
Seems right. Oh, and our run continues.
Now, there is something there. For each attack, each rebel within 2 space of the target space suffers a damage. And it doesn't seem to be dependent on actually having hit, so I think I take a damage from its bonus.
I agree.
So he's shooting all over the place, but I'm sort of only getting strafed.
And only hitting us two, so I've taken the damage. Now...
Oh, you moved forward.
I did. The figurehead, well, I'm bold Ithorian. Now, figurehead unfortunately does not proc, since that's only when it's targeting me. So.
Yeah.
Move 2 to reposition 4. So I don't think it's got the option. I think it would try to do it as much as it possibly could. So I think that would be... Does that seem right to you?
Yeah.
Unless it goes to move 4 to reposition 4, in which case it still couldn't get away. It's still not entirely clear to me whether or not it would opt for the larger reposition move.
No, we start from the top, and it's only if it doesn't have to be ideal, it just have to be possible.
Which it is.
And if it's not, it's the next one, I think.
So that means we now move to the other one, who will also have burst fire. Now,
yes.
The stun removal is interesting here. So we want to explain about how this is going to work?
So the way the stun works, I have it open when I read up on this stuff the other day. Let's see if I can find the right window. The way the stun works is that when an Imperial figure with the stun condition would gain movement points from a move instruction, it gains no movement points instead. After an Imperial figure with the stun condition resolves a move instruction, it discards the stun condition. Stunned Imperial figures cannot attack or voluntarily exit their space outside of their own activation. So basically the first thing here includes a move, doesn't it? The first order.
It does, yes.
Or instruction is maybe a better
Move
word.
3 and attack the rebel hero adjacent to the most rebel heroes.
So I think it basically removes the stun and then it attacks us.
Yes. And as I said, my excellent tactical decision has resulted in us being very close together, which I possibly could have seen coming if I'd given it a moment's thought. But
and I do think so. The stun goes away, and we both seem to be eligible targets by the looks of it.
So I think it would carry on attacking you, especially since you got away scot-free from the last one.
Yeah, that's an argument. I don't know if they would normally attack what's closest, but since we know it has absolutely accuracy to either one of us, let's just have it attack me again. Here we go.
Yes. Oh, goodness gracious!
That white die is.
We've got a rigged board here. Let's give ourselves
take 1 damage
each, since you can't jump away from an explosion, which I think is fair. But it will now move 2 to reposition 4, and I think that means probably a similar move to there.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to finish that one up, and now it's back to us. And we've got 2 officers, one of which looking a little vulnerable.
Shall we maybe have Loco go next?
Why not?
Okay, so first of all, I'll refresh my card. Then I'll take 2 strain. The dilemma here is that the strains, or the recon token is maybe the nicest and most needed on the heavy stormtroopers. But on the other hand, the heavy stormtroopers, we're not going to shoot more, or it's not maybe the priority right now. So I'm actually tempted to put the recon on the most healthy officer to increase the likelihood of killing him.
I am fine with that, especially if it might take a couple of shots if that white die only falls on dodges.
And with a bit of luck, I get to put one on the other one at the end of the round as well.
I don't think I've ever played Loku without doing the crate gathering ability, so it would be interesting to see the...
I think it's great, but in a situation like the way the app works, that I only get one XP, I think this may become wide. So I don't actually need it here, but yeah, it's really difficult because of the fake gravity thing. I'm putting it on the officer nearest to me.
I understand.
And then I'll take a shot at him. Okay, let's see. I am now rolling a blue and a yellow. And he has a white die. And let's see.
I've got an appropriately dramatic angle, I hope. Alright.
So that is 2 damage plus 1 from the recon token.
I believe that's a dead officer.
That is a dead officer.
Excellent. I will tell the app that the closer one to you, which was Officer Black
Officer,
has been defeated for 2 fame.
Okay, and then I will shoot the other officer.
Excellent.
Okay,
well.
So use 1 surge to kill him and 1 surge to recover a strain.
I like it.
I should perhaps have... I considered using the tactical display on the first attack to recover a strain, so I could recover twice, but I wanted to be certain that I killed this guy, so...
I think a little conservatism is not the end of the world there, so well done.
Alright, so that kills the other officer, and I remove a strain.
Okay. I will inform the app that we have defeated a second blue officer, leaving the whole world to us.
I moved the strain, but I'm actually taking 2 strains. I'm actually back up to 5, because I'm going to put a recon on one of these heavies here.
Have I forgotten to do damage to this heavy? I believe I have. So the one I did 1 damage to.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay. Well, I think we can tell the app that Loku's had an extremely satisfying turn. Unless you would like to move any, I don't think you can.
I can't.
All right.
No.
Your activation is done. So now it is for us to go again. I think, and you may disagree with me, that we should open the door. And we should suffer.
I do not think that's a good idea.
Really? I think it's time to advance the mission. I don't want to be waiting too long. Our friends are in there and they could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, what would you do with Saskia instead?
I think we should remove one of these guys. At the very least. That would be... They can hit fairly hard.
I agree, but we certainly have. So do you want to try that with Saskia? I mean, I think that it always frustrates me if we end up having a turn where they're just going to let them continually reinforce outside the door, and we don't actually advance the mission. But at the same time, I don't think Saskia is going to be much help to whatever happens on the inside of this door. So maybe it makes sense just to see if we...
Do you think Biff will be fine in opening the door and just having 1 action on whatever is going on in there?
I expect we'll have to one way or t'other, but let's have Saskia go just to see if she just completely fluffs it with these 2 heavies. Maybe Biv can take a couple strain and shoot down.
Yeah. The question is, should Saskia then strain twice and get 2 attacks in?
Given what she's shooting, I would maybe have her open the crates.
and we're ignoring the heavies for now.
I'm greedy that way. I think we should maybe.
Now, if she's to open the crates, then it has no impact on what Biv does. So then maybe Biv should go first.
Okay.
I don't expect what we find there at least will have impact on them.
So let's start with Biv then. All right, let's go to activate Biv, and I'm going to test my Shake It Off. So I can do this the other way, kind of. Yes. So let's test Shake It Off. So Strength, which again Biv delivers, and needing 2 or more successes, I got him. Biv has shaken some of his strain off, but he's going to take 2 strain to get into a shot position here. So he's now at 3 or 4 strain. Oh, Biv, love it. Let's attack the frontmost heavy.
You can use the bolt upgrade to get some.
I think I will, because this heavy is going to get an additional block because I'm shooting at range 4.
And you also have a sort of limited accuracy.
I agree. I think it's going to have to be blue-green.
Sounds about right.
And hope. So, blue-green shot. Pew! Okay, so we've got the accuracy, but unfortunately we are lacking the damage.
Could give you rerolls, but I don't know if you get anything out of the reroll right now. You do 1 damage because of the token.
Yes, so the odds of blue improving, as you can see here, are... There is a 1 in 3 chance of improving and a good chance of staying the same.
I think maybe you're better off saving the uniform for a second attack in case. Oh no, you don't have the accuracy now. You're actually
the second attack will have to roll well for the accuracy. I say we just do the damage and then shoot again.
You don't have the accuracy right now.
Oh, you're quite right. Well, I'd say we reroll then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reroll both, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you for that spot. So that means 2 damage has gone through.
Now, you rerolled with that, so I'll exhaust my Admiral's uniform.
And I'm happy to say that I've done 2... Oops. What are you doing here? 2 damage. So I'm putting that on this guy. I will attack
If you were to attack again, you could always use your native reroll.
I think that's going to have to be the way it goes.
Yeah, it's
here's
a
the second
bit
shot.
unlikely, but I guess you've got to try.
Slight range.
You get to roll the black one as well.
And I mean, this would be absolutely lovely to get through. Gonna need a 1 in 3 chance on a reroll. So let's take a strain. Come on, Biv. This is your moment.
You need to roll a 4 or 5.
Impress everybody on the internet. Oh!
Now he has an innate block, but you also have an innate damage from the recon token.
5.
So that means you
6,
push
7
5 damage through.
Means that's now I don't know why anybody complains about Biv. He is amazing. I don't understand it. Let's put this back and clear those tokens. Well done, Biv. Biv for a kill. So I'm gonna conclude Biv's move, and it's now over to Saska.
Yeah. So is she just going to clean up crates, or is she going to start moving or attacking?
Well, I will leave it to you. I
can do 1 crate at a time.
Let's do 1 crate, because maybe the further back crate, and then you can.
So I think first things first. I'm thinking I'll give myself a token for a strain. So I can only do this so many times, so I need to do it whenever I can. And then I'll pick up the rearmost crate.
Okay. Let me inform the app of this exciting new discovery. The crate has been collected. Make sure I've got the right one. Okay, interact. Draw a supply card, and we have gained 50 credits. I'm glad we didn't do this before bribing that Biff.
I don't know if you get minus from it somehow. Let's see. This is an artificial stimulant, which is pretty nifty. I would wish to have that on someone like Loku, but maybe that can be arranged. Let's just see here. I'm just going to...
Drawings, put the strain on the card instead of on the hero sheet. I agree, that would be great to have on.
Alright, let's just pick up the other crate while we're at it.
Picking up the other crate. So, let's interact here as well. We have drawn 2 supply cards. Well, that is what she's there for. So, 2 supply cards. Supply chest, emergency med pack. Oh, so we immediately draw 2 more supply. Oh no, valuable does not exist, so we just have to draw another one.
In this game, right?
Yes, no valuable in.
Yeah.
No valuable in Legend of the Alliance.
This setup is actually specifically for the... Ooh, there was a shock grenade I was hoping to see.
Perfect. I mean, that is, again, very... I would describe that as somewhat Sasuke appropriate.
Yeah, she's just doing a bit of tinkering out here while they're fighting in the bar.
Just playing with her toys.
Now, she could strain a bit towards where the action is, but I think maybe it's better not to do that right now.
She taking a token for herself?
She did indeed, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to advance the mission if you don't want to strain any further closer.
Yeah, that sounds good. End the round, right?
Done, and the round is over. So it's gone to round 3, and it has invited us to kick it off. So I tell you what, I think Biv has got to open this door and suffer the consequences.
Oh, hold on a sec. There's an Ewok coming in the door.
Ah.
Maybe
I'll just...
He's probably going to tell me everything he's done.
I'm going to attempt to pause recording briefly. And
oh no, just it's fine. You can he can record him talking.
Oh,
about.
okay, excellent.
Let's have a look. Let's get. Oh yeah, I'm getting the biggest hug right now.
Sounds good.
Oh, and I think he's off again. Hi, Sked. Oh, biggest smile.
And we all know that, you know, interactions with your child really help your Imperial Assault luck as well. So it's very. I'm glad of that.
Okay, so nothing got deployed or anything.
No, I think Biv's got to open that door and suffer the excitement.
The question is, do we want to? I mean, we could have someone like Sasuke go first, and
I believe that is a distraction from our true mission.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's,
yeah, I think Biv is it.
So let us ready these. Biv will go. Biv will attempt to shake it off.
Speaking of distractions.
Yes. So let's do an actual roll here, and Biv does not shake it off this time. 2 successes. Damn. That's hard work. So that means...
It does mean that you only get to open the door and then...
Oh yeah, I'm just going to have to suffer the suffer that. So I will rest, strain twice, and open yon door.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to put in some new map, I believe, because if I inform the app that I have opened the door to the furnace, the door is labeled Furnace Room. On the wall next to you, the door is a slot for a keycard. The keycard you acquired seems to fit right into the reader on the door. I'm going to interact and open that furnace room. There is our new space.
What are the tiles?
23, 24, and 36, all on their B-sides. Now the door slides open, and you find yourself in some kind of maintenance room. A workbench is piled high with broken parts and various tools. There is a furnace for melting down junk at the opposite end of the room. So while you put those down, I will continue.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find... Was it the 36 you said?
Ah, yes, it's the furnace-y one. A square indoor. Tell me when you're ready to hear about the plight of the 4.
Good. Is it see, I can't see proper what it's... That one. Okay.
Oh, no, that's not... Unless it's...
No, it's not. I mean, I was just looking at your feed. I don't know. Is it hiding as this one, perhaps?
Seems to be. So give that
Okay.
a 180-degree rotation.
Whoops. Like this? No. Or like this?
Like that, yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
And then just
And
one end piece. While I set some rebels on that tile. So I see a tied up rebel there, which will annoy you. Tied up rebel there. A tied up rebel here. And finally, a tied up rebel here. Oh, this is bringing back memories. This is, although I've never found them in this room. This is exciting and different.
I have never been in this room either.
Okay, so we have placed the captive freedom fighters crew. I'm going to continue. Now, a number of hired goons are deployed throughout the room, keeping watch over the valuable hostages. As soon as they see you through the door, they let out a fierce cry and they charge at you. Well, babe, this is what you're there for. We have got, ooh-hoo, an elite Ugnaught Tinker right here. Work. There we go.
That's actually one of the things that we don't have a figure for. I found them in a different place, but I didn't port them over.
Elite Ugnaught Tinker has arrived. We also have here, oh boy, a generic Nexu. It's exciting. There we go. Now it can be here or here, and I think that is as intimidating as it's likely to get. And how about some, oh my, that is great news. Some elite hired guns.
Elite hired guns?
Elite hired guns, no less. Deploying here, copying, and also I think there. How exciting. Oh dear. We also have a generic Ugnaught.
Oh. Generic Ugnaught,
This
okay.
is going to be marked with, I think he'd be as back as he possibly could be, funnily enough, being the Ugnaught that he is. And he will be the grey Ugnaught group. We also have one crate, which I'll put here.
This is getting terribly noisy, but
Yep,
let's
the crate
see.
seems to be out of place in this room. You suspect it contains supplies bought by mercenaries who are holding your crew hostage. A hero can interact with this crate. To open it, place one crate. Done. And hearing the sounds of combat coming from down the corridor, everyone in the cantina makes their way for the exits. I guess they didn't really care too much about the officers being murdered. Discard all neutral tokens. So, farewell, bar patrons. That, says the app, is enough for us to get on with.
Phew.
Chunk droids to be excited about. I'm afraid I have to now end Bib's activation. So that means we've got the hired guns to go. So, ooh, hired guns will be attacking with a 3-die attack in the first one. So, the closest exhausted rebel is Biv, which is good news
Yes.
for these hired guns, because they are going to move 4 to attack the closest exhausted hero. From the back, I believe that means 1, 2, 3, 4, a point-blank shot into Biv's posterior. So they will be rolling a blue, yellow, green attack against Biv's black die. First shot.
Now this is where Biff could use his helmet. I don't know if that's useful on this.
Well, it's not a terrible attack, but it's nor is it a great one. I would be inclined to leave it as is, because I think that the green stays the same in most circumstances, and the odds of the blue going down are only Well, 50-50.
What's their surge priority?
They have 2 surges for damages. It looks like it's just
Okay.
one then the other.
Okay.
So let's
rolling
save it
into
for
a
really
surge is
bad
not particularly helpful either.
circumstance. So I think that means 4 damage for Mr. Biv.
Looks like it.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, what does it do? Parting shot. Attack the closest exhausted rebel. If the target suffers 2 or more damage, this figure is defeated. Limit once per group. That's new. Seems like it's going to try to shoot again.
And the parting shot is wow.
Now
That's
it's a
not
shot on the
linked
fly.
to it being killed or anything.
No,
that's just something that happens now.
Just appears to be. Now I don't know, and this is where I may be getting something wrong, because it has attacked. Normally, I'd say if you didn't successfully attack, I think it gets an extra attack here. Do you agree?
Because it's not shown as an action. Let me just look it up. Too many windows.
Sometimes you have stuff like the officer will say, you know, in the circumstance where you didn't get away with this one, but this is.
I think the main thing here is that it's not shown as a. It's an instruction. It's not an action, right? Let me just. See, I haven't faced them before because I played before they had added all the extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see what it says here somewhere.
I'm going to use this opportunity to go on mute for 1 second just as I check voicemail.
Yeah.
And I'm back. Any update?
Yeah. It says here in the Appendix 2 clarification activation instructions, some Imperial figure instructions are not preceded by a special action or special attack action icon. These instructions do not cost an action. So I presume because it's not costing an action, it's not prevented from doing it. It's kind of basically they've learned the trick of Jedi Luke by the looks of it. And I think it's then probably to be assumed that they're not doing their ordinary parting shots, because they're just going bonanza in their own activation instead.
I expect it will say ignore the parting shot ability. Yes,
it's also because parting shot has the word may in it, and everything that has may in it is to be ignored, right?
So let's try to attack Biv again, and if they do 2 damage, they will be defeated. So they are going to do 2 more damage and be defeated unless I choose to let them get this shot for free. So I can take it. I can try to take it down with a reroll of their yellow die, but they could do 1 damage and survive. And I'm wondering if taking this 2 damage and seeing it die would be more fun.
Yeah, you're considering having it reroll or
precisely. I could reroll the yellow, but I think the odds of it still being a 2 die and dead is pretty high. So I'm going to say let it go.
It actually might do more damage because every surge is a damage, right? Or up to 2 surges is a damage. Well, actually, it can only be, yeah.
I think it's pretty similar. So
Okay.
I'll just take the 2 damage, going from 4 to 6, and this figure is then defeated. Bleh.
Very, very well done, Biv. You're killing people without trying.
Now,
I'm just turning him to actually
1,
face.
2, 3. Here comes
music.
another shot. Now this one does not start with that extra blue. First shot does 2 more damage. This is an impressive train of damage on Biv coming through. I don't see a exciting reroll.
And then it does parting shot.
And now we'll attempt parting shot. And it certainly does.
Maybe you could consider
This would probably be a good time to
your helmet.
use my reinforced helmet to reroll this yellow. Because
still take 2 damage, but
damage,
it dies.
It is still defeated, and I've taken 2 damage to get up to 10 of 13 health. Goodness gracious me!
That case,
that is a very frightening. hired guns. I will defeat the elite hired guns for 6 fame. Well, Biv is sitting there having... He's got a lot to shake off now. What shall we do next?
I'm thinking we should kill something.
Usually a good plan. It's always nice if we can kill a... I don't know if we've got the means to kill an Ugnaught or a Nexu in one shot, sadly.
Now, did you get any instructions on what happens with the tokens? Do we know that yet?
I believe they are tied up rebel captives, and I believe the objective would be to interact with them. It seems one of the crew members is working to loosen the bindings. A rebel can interact with the token to rescue it.
Okay. Cool.
So we'll have to get in there and rescue them, but I think at the moment we need to do a run and gun, and killing this heavy is probably our best bet on the way, and Biv is just going to be...
Now, there could be a benefit with going with Saskia before going with Loku, so that we get that artificial thing on him. The artificial stimulants, and she can also move up.
She's got the emergency. Yeah.
Saskia can also get up there and rest next to Biv to use the emergency med pack on him. But it doesn't really remove anything. It just gives a bit of endurance. Actually, can she make it? She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, she's one spot too far away to get to use the emergency med pack on Biv.
Ah, what a shame.
But what she could do is she could move up, take one shot on the heavy, and pass on the artificial stimulants to Loku. It doesn't really remove anything now, so I'm not sure that is quite as interesting to do.
Well, I think it's fine. I think it's worth doing, but I think
she has that shock grenade that's incredibly good, but I don't know that shock grenade is quite as useful in the Legends as it is in a normal campaign.
I agree. I think we should save that shock grenade for now. I think it's probably best if we do as much damage as we can. If you got really lucky, killing that heavy would be very handy for us, I think. So I'm inclined, of the various options that I think it's going to have to be our favorite, Tanky Saskia.
Okay. All right, let's go with her then. And I have to perform a move though. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, I was here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that should be fine range-wise. I have enough. I will have her. I'll have her shoot at the heavy, and I'll use my tech token for an extra surge.
I don't know if she's going to get that amazing Biv luck, but if she was able to kill a heavy, I would be thrilled.
I don't think she is, but she can hurt him a bit. Yes. All right, so let's see. These and these and... Okay, there's no rerolls in the water for her, but she's got 2 surges because of that one and a damage. So I guess 1 surge is a damage, and then the best I can do is a weaken actually. So that's 2 damage and a weaken on him.
Okay, so I'm just going to drop down 2 more damages for him, and then
I'm going to take a strain because I have to move 1 further.
Yes, indeed.
Then Loco is going to claim the artificial stimulants.
Free action. Pro tip.
There.
Okay.
I'd rather that she didn't put it on, but she has no choice.
Sure.
Do that way. But I think she's going to take a strain more to give a tech token to Loco.
Sounds good.
I think that's...
Here's hoping these these heavies don't go next, but if they do,
Yeah. Anyway, someone is going to get hurt. That's for sure.
absolutely. So let's end Saska's activation if you're happy for me to do so.
Yes.
And there we go. It is the heavy stormtroopers. Oh, and we've lined up ourselves for them again. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So the burst fire. After each attack, each rebel within 2 spaces of the target space suffers a damage. Move 3 to attack the rebel adjacent to the most other rebels. Well, that is only one rebel today. That is going to have to be a shot on Loku at range. Nothing. So I'll just move these to the side while I grab a white, a red, and a blue. Would you like to do the honors?
Yes. I'm wondering, do we have anything that needs to be declared? No, we don't. It's just, here we go.
You can't roll another dodge! Oh.
But they still take 1 damage each, right? That's the conclusion we came to.
I guess, but that is a, again, we're not, I don't know if people are going to think that we've had the real experience here. We have...
I'm actually, I'm really like, I'm really thorough with,
I mean, Stefan's been gone for ages. I think he left when we were all getting
he just came back, so that's why we roll the dodge.
Exactly, so all he's seen is
just
dodges. Okay, and now it will move 2 to reposition 4, which again, it still can't quite do, but I think
go as far as
that is as far as it can go. And I will finish their activation. That leaves it up to us. So, Loku, would you kindly get rid of this guy for us, please?
Well, the question is, shouldn't I actually go and get rid of something else, considering that he's already gone?
I would be thrilled to bits if you could kill an Ugnaught Tinker, but I believe that you can. I'm afraid I don't believe your ability to do 7 damage.
Huh.
Now, keeping in mind, we have also...
Which one is the elite and which one is the non-elite?
The elite is closer to the front.
Okay.
Because at in the real mix of the action. I mean, I do like the fact that they showed up at the furnace room. That does seem very thematically appropriate.
I am tempted to I mean, what can Mern do right now? Not particularly much, except maybe get in the way of getting the way of Biff and keep him alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that's basically just moving. That's sort of not quite as useful.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to do very much. And I'd like to wait until the cat is gone, ideally, before throwing too many people close together into cleave range.
So the option is for Loco to put a recon token on that heavy and then move on up, and the recon token should help Mern be able to finish the heavy.
I think that sounds good.
All right. Shall I go with Loco then?
Let's go with Loku.
Now he is full of strain, but because of this, these let's call them stimulants that he got from Saska.
Saska the dealer.
He is going to be able to put 2 strain on here, and put a token on this fella. And then I think I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I only had 1 more movement point, that would have been wonderful. But I think this will have to do. I could strain for 1, but I have other options with that strain. So I'll shoot at the Ugnaught Tinker, the elite.
Okay.
The question is, though...
Now, do you want to attack the cat? Because I think the odds of you surprising... What do you think, against a white die, do you have a better chance?
The problem is, can I see it? I don't think so. I think
certainly have line of sight.
Yeah, well, I do have 2 extra accuracy, of course. I have 4 accuracy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And the Admiral suit is up. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think 6 is going to be a hell of a target, but rock in a bad place thinking.
I'm tempted to shoot at the black die rather.
I say, trust your instincts then.
I think I'll do that. Let's shoot at the Tinkerer. Well, what does the audience say? There's.
Well, I think the audience says the white die rolls a dodge. So, I mean, while we deserve to see a dodge, maybe the black die.
I think I'll shoot at the Tinkerer. The question is, though, should I use this for an extra surge? I think I will, because let's just get that in there. And then a yellow. And then I need a black. Let's see.
I have a little more time today, Jeppe, as well, if we don't end up needing to stop it at 5.
All right. So this extra surge I have here is basically +2 damage. And tactical display can be yet another damage, so then we're at 5 damage. The other option is whether I should maybe get rid of a strain, or I could reroll, but I think chances are that my rolls are going to be worse. So I won't use the Admiral's uniform, and then we have it for defensive purposes instead.
I think that's as good as we could possibly hope here, so I think that's
so tactical
worthy.
display is, there's 5 damage through in total, because of the 2 surges I have, one from tactical display and one from the device. Yeah, 5 damage.
Well done.
And here's the interesting part. I have one more little trick up my sleeve. Because you notice here that the artificial stimulants reads, when you suffer strain, place that strain on this card instead of your hero sheet. Discard this card when it has 4 or more strain. Now, I'm going to do something that costs me 2 strain, and there's actually not a limit of 4 on it, it's just that when it passes 4, it goes away. Because I'm going to put a recon token on the Nexu.
Interesting. This is exactly why people should follow this. These are exactly the kind of tricks that people want to see.
So it means that the stimulants now go to 5, and this one is spent.
Okay.
Don't really have a discard pile, but I'll just shrink it up here.
I'd say I would have probably looked at the card in the exact same circumstance if I'd, had that occasion come up. I just don't often have 2 things to spend. It's rare
why
to have a 2 strain.
It's why I didn't want to use a Sprendon moving. I could have strained 1 more in front of Biv to try and be in the way, because clearly Loco is more durable than Biv.
If the podcast has taught anybody anything, I am completely willing to admit massive gaps in knowledge at every opportunity. So that's what I'm just doing in this circumstance again.
Okay, I think that's Loco's activation.
I think that's an excellent activation done. I think I'll tell the app that Loco has done very well, and unfortunately everybody's still alive, but it's still useful. Now it is the elite Ugnaught who could feel.
If it had been the Nexu first, the Ugnaught would actually have been a little bit in the way, but
yes.
that was not to be.
Okay, so Elite Ugnaught Tinker, Distraction Algorithm. This figure gains +3 accuracy. The Junk Droid gets a free surge. Spot Weld. If the Junk Droid companion is on the map, it becomes focused, otherwise place it in this figure's space. I think we need to worry that that's going to be a universal power for these guys. The Junk Droid moves forward to attack Loku. 1. And it will attack you with its extra surge.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Did you roll?
That was a roll. That was the R button. So the Junk Droid, once again, just bouncing off Loku's armor. He's still managing to take damage from all those explosions, but he is a very slippery codfish today. If the Junk Droid did not attack, it would move 8 towards Loku, but it didn't. So Overclock. Now the Junk Droid moves 1 to attack Loku. This is the first activation of the Ugnaught. So,
No.
That was pressing the R button, but I'm gonna have to not accept that one. Yeah, maybe a few extra R's. I don't know what to tell you.
It is.
I think we have to accept it. I believe.
There.
No, I don't think you can. I think 2 indicated that was what was wanted. I'm afraid you dodged that one. I'm sorry to give you the bad news, but this will not make people, great fans of the this mechanic that it is in there. It does bother some people hugely, with good
The
reason.
dodge.
They have reasons.
I think I might be I might be tempted to try and import dice from one of the other modules because this is just funky.
Apparently
Anyway,
a way to
so
run.
all right, if you insist, I dodged.
You did, but now the Tinkerer himself will move to attack you.
Yes.
Let's see if. Now I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to leave it to you. I've seen you pressing R all the times. We both did it last time, so what are the odds? I feel
And
like it's terrible.
he only got extra accuracy, right?
He only has extra accuracy, yes. And his surge priority is Pierce 2, then Bleed. Well. That's still good luck.
I could use the Admiral's uniform, but that's really not needed because he can't do anything to
Pierce
me.
2 and Bleed, so I'm afraid he does not do anything.
Because there's no damage to push through the bleed, so...
He has overclocked an attack, and frankly, he's actually put himself into a really good position for bothering that cat. Though I do think the cat is likely to be able to get behind us. Anyway, that is the end of the junk droid, the Ugnaughts activation.
Yeah.
I would suggest that if I had any means to get rid of that junk droid, I would. But I think I've got to try to kill the heavy with Mern now.
Yeah, I mean, next round we could always have Saska go first and lob a grenade at them, but we'll see.
Okay, so Mern o'clock. So
you could actually stun the junk droid.
I could attempt to stun the junk droid. However, I think it's going to move
stunned,
and attack.
it cannot. So. If it's stunned, it cannot attack outside its own activation.
I believe that the junk droid will probably go first move, but I think I don't have any problem with trying that. So I will attack the heavy stormtrooper at range 3, which is a can't miss. After moving 1, here we go. Did you have something to add?
No, I was just about to mention that you do have a device you could have used.
I'm comfortable going with the device.
But right now you're killing it anyways, because you're getting 1 extra damage from the
perfect
from the recon token, so that's 6 damage. That's enough to kill.
Heavy. You'll learn playing with me that I tend to go too fast. Let's take his damage away. 1.
Well, I
2,
tend to over elaborate,
3,
so that's
4.
probably a good.
Why don't we try to stun that junk droid? That does sound fun. It's stunned.
Wow, well done.
So, 1 stun token on the little junkie boy. And I'm otherwise happy to end my turn, not having successfully cleared any straight necessarily. But here we go. So, Mern.
Okay, so now it's just the
regular Nexu. Now, at the start of this figure's activation, if the figure is in an exterior space, it is not, it would gain a surge, but it does not have one. So it will now pounce. Place this figure in an empty space within 6 spaces and adjacent to 2 or more rebels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm afraid this is a very viable pounce.
Wait, what? Hold on. Oh yeah.
Given the pounce rules as set out by the special Nexus. Okay. Now, it will attack the rebel that has suffered the least damage. Now, I think, funnily enough, it's between Mern and Loku, and I think it would probably opt for, once again, Loku, because, between Mern and Loku, probably rather go for the one that won't give a bonus. Does that seem Imperial rulesy?
Yeah, that sounds fine. I was trying to think if I was the Empire in this situation, what would I do, but I actually, he can't attack Mern, it's Saska, right? And Saska has suffered less damage.
I don't think it can attack Saska.
Oh, that's Mern, you're right, you're up. Oh no, I had to zoom in, you're right.
So here we are, it's an attack on Loku. And just a reminder of what we're going to ignore. We are ignoring the pounce ability on the card, so that means the other card abilities such as cunning and all are absolutely fine, and it does still do a free bleed. if it does damage. Which it does. Is this an Admiral's uniform situation, do you think?
I could reroll. What is its search priority? No, it doesn't do search, but it does bleed and...
Pierce to Enclave, yeah.
Oh, it's an ordinary next to.
Yes.
I have to change windows to see what you're doing in it. I could re-roll. The thing is, do we think we need the Admiral's uniform for other stuff before it's my next turn? The thing is that white is not likely to be better. That's why I'm contemplating whether it's worth it.
I'm happy to go either way.
Do we think Loco is the first one to go next round?
I would think, given how the fact that we have a med pack and given that he's unhappy, I would say yes, he's probably a good target. Candidate, I mean.
Yeah. Nah, let's save the die, save the uniform, because at most, I mean, there's 1 in 6 that I remove all 4 damage, and then there's a slight chance that I'm reducing the damage by 1, but it's really not changing the big outcome much, so I'm just going to eat it.
Understood. Okay.
So that's 4, and the bleed is worse, though.
Bleed is a bit of frustration, especially in campaign,
Okay. What's his next order?
So the next order would be to pounce and attack Biv, but since he's already attacked, he's done that. So now he's going to move 3 to reposition 3, and it cannot.
It's stuck there, isn't it?
2, 3. No, it can go 1, 2. Oh no, it is stuck there. So it has. I think this is unable to do. So it must do move 9 to reposition 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is actually 3, and has repositioned as much as it was possibly able. Well done, Kitty Cat. Finish. Now it is just the Grey Agnaut Tinker. So, the same distraction algorithm, so the Junk Droid has an extra surge. If the Junk Droid is on the map, it becomes focused. From the spot weld. The Junk Droid moves forward to attack Saska. Now, it will do the move, which clears the stun, but because
and then it will attack someone else.
Now, would it attack the 3 health left Biv, or would it attack the bleeding Loku?
I would think Biv, but
I think Biv as well. Focused attack on Biv. Try to wound him out. Junk Droid. What a tricky fellow. And success.
Is this where we want to use the Admiral's uniform?
This may be the opportunity, but remember, it also has a surge. I'm trying to reflect here.
It has a surge from...
Just from being a Junk Droid, so it's starting so I think it's worth re-rolling the defense die just to see if we can...
But what is its priority?
Oh, it would be bleed then pierce 1 if it follows the others,
So it's not doing more damage with the surge.
But it's the difference between being wounded or not, if I can...
Yeah, how much health do you have left? 3.
3. So a 2 or a 3 would save me. I become bleeding.
Yeah, let's use the uniform.
Okay. And success. 2 damage and bleeding.
Well, the thing is, he's going to attack you again, right? But,
well, he actually may have trouble getting to me. He's all the way back there.
Oh, he can't do spot weld, of course, because he's not a...
He can't overclock, no.
The Junk Droid doesn't do more then.
It did attack, so now it's going to... Now the guy's going to attempt to move 2 to attack Saska, but he cannot. He also can't see me because of the Nexus, so instead he's going to move 4 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that means moving just to there. Because that's 4 from Viv.
Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, right. I'm getting that wrong all the time. Let's put them on there.
At least they're not using the spot weld trick that you can use in the ordinary game for what it's worth.
They haven't figured that out, the designers. Well, it is now round 4 and nothing else has happened, so I think we should decide who to go with first to try to protect themselves.
Nothing else happened
no.
Between rounds?
We are on round 4 and nothing has happened. Eerily quiet, one might say.
Ooh, okay. All right, so there is a chance that Saskia might remove both the elite Ugnaught and the junk droid with the grenade, but I don't know whether it's worthwhile to use the grenade on something like that. The one thing to say about Saskia is that she could also rest next to someone with the emergency med pack.
No, I think now as long as that junk droid is there, he will be getting focused before attacking. So I think removing him may be worthwhile.
The question is, should we go with whoever can?
I'm inclined to go with Biv. Get his defense up. Do an attack. Try to do his shake it off. Do his up close and personal attack, and then possibly rest.
The option could also, what would we rather kill? That's the thing.
I think definitely the Ugnaught, the elite Ugnaught, if we could get it.
Yeah, that should be possible. It seems like a good idea to go with Biv. It could also be, I don't know if you want to rest first and then attack second, but it depends on how your shake it off works. You also got that bloody bleed.
So I think seeing whether or not the shake it off works is the best way to go. So shall I
but if
start
it is,
with
you
Biv?
get your helmet back up and...
Exactly. All right, let's see if Biv is feeling like shaking it off. It'd be lovely if I had a token or something, but, well, let's just have to see. So here comes Biv with a shake it off. Excellent work, Biv. You are no longer bleeding. He shook that bleed right off. That's a complete Predator moment. Jesse Ventura saying, "Ain't got time to bleed." Now, I'm inclined to do the. Let's start with the up close and personal.
Is that even needed?
Well, I'm going to rest, which is going to clear all my endurance, and I guess I could move to, but I think I should.
You could also potentially put in several attacks.
That's a good point.
Like,
why don't I move to there with strains? Now I'm fully strained. And
so then there'll be no up close and personal.
I can still do up close and personal against the Ugnaught Tinker.
No, it costs 2 strain.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, no. Yes, sacrificing the up close and personal. Let's see if I just kill the Ugnaught Tinker right out now with a repeating blaster, and I will do red using my bolt upgrade.
One thing to consider is that if you move there and you get a second attack in, you're a little bit too far away from the Nexu.
I will definitely rest if I kill this successfully. I don't want to get the second. I'm going to rest from this one of the med packs.
Why not then do the attack before you strain anywhere and just stay put where you were, and then you have more information when you make your choice?
I'd like to move forward, and I'm next to the crate now. I think it's a better idea, personally.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's try that. So I'm going to do a red attack on the Ugnaught.
Do you have enough accuracy then?
Oh, you're kidding. Of course I don't.
So maybe a
green, I think. Yes. And here we go. Trying to do 2 damage to this Ugnaught with the Admiral's uniform down. Okay.
That is exactly what you need.
Success. So I will defeat the elite Ugnaught Tinker. Gone. And remove him from the board. And I think now I will take a well-deserved rest and heal 5. I'm happy to use one of the official med packs, of which we have 2.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And that is Biv done. It is time for the Nexu. And I've also spaced us out for the Nexu as well. So, at the start of its activation, if a rebel is bleeding, this figure gains a damage. I'm not bleeding.
I am bleeding.
But I believe you might be. Yeah. Okay, so +1 damage for its attacks. Pounce. Adjacent to 2 or more rebels, and it attacks the rebel that has suffered the least damage within 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, it can't get to Saskia, who has suffered the least. So after that heal, it's going to be Myrn.
Okay.
And here's the attack on Myrn. So red-green, +1 damage versus black die. And so we have 4 damage and 2 surges. Surges for Pierce 2 and Cleave 1.
And it also has an extra damage, right? So
It does.
that looks like
Say 1, 2,
4
3.
damage, and
I agree. 4 damage.
and cleave how
Bleeding,
much?
and cleave 1.
So I take 1 damage on
1
local.
damage onto Loku. But because I have now taken some damage, I can be a figurehead. So
Ooh.
I would like another hero to lose a strain. Shall perhaps Loku lose a strain? Or Sasuke?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm fine either way.
I will leave it to your choice, your discretion, sir.
Okay, I'll remove it from local then.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is... Now the cat will now move 3 to reposition 3. Same problem as before. Can't do that easily. So it's going to move 9 to reposition 3. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be... It can go down or up. What do you think is... I think it would want to stay... Has it taken any damage? No. I think it would want to move out of line of sight of Loku. So I think it's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to go down to there. What do you think?
That makes sense.
That would be what I would do if I was playing an insidious Imperial player. All right, back to our team.
Yeah. That Tinkerer placed himself very well. I wonder if Mern is actually best suited to do something about it. Well, I can go with Loku, but yeah, I don't know what's best for him to do. I'm basically going to take a strain and a damage if I go for the Tinkerer because of the bleed. He's just in a really bad position, so I cannot get.
I think that the remaining did not defeat the regular heavy stormtroopers for ages. They're gone.
Oh yeah, I also haven't removed the.
Yeah. I wonder if that delayed Iggy's arrival. We'll see. Could have done. I'd say maybe not worry about it so much. I'd say maybe just have yourself a nice rest.
Yeah, but on the other hand, me taking a strain and a damage and potentially killing the Ognaut basically also takes the junk droid out of commission, and they do quite a bit of damage together. So maybe
it is. Remember, it's just a generic now, not the elite. So they do.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be quite as overclocked.
Still, I'm actually tempted for Loco to go and finish him off.
Okay, I will leave it to you, sir.
Well, Mern could also go and maybe do some stunning and other stuff, and a move and a stun or whatnot. But maybe Sasuke and Mern can. We need to free our people and whatnot.
If we stun the Ognaut Tinker, I expect it's very likely that he will not be able to see anybody. Based on where we place ourselves. So let's do that. I think let's go with Mern.
Yeah,
so
it's only if you're.
Let's kill the junk droid.
Get it in. Hold on, before you go, could I suggest that you use the device to increase the chance of getting the successes you need to stun him?
I'm going for the a shot on the junk droid at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so I've done a move. Take a strain.
Yeah, okay. That's straightforward. Oh, you're bleeding as well. Huh.
Yes. So now I will shoot the junk droid, getting a strain removed and gaining a strain back because I'm bleeding, but the junk droid is dead.
Yeah.
I've got 2 movement points left. I'll just go 1 to there, and then I will attempt to do a sonic bellow. I will use a token.
Might as well.
Makes it a guaranteed success. Good that I did. That is a stunned generic Ognaut Tinkerer. And
I believe you still have a movement point even.
I have 1 movement point left, but I don't want to move because I think that'll allow him to shoot me. So I think I'm going to have to stay right there.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Mern is done. Now, the Grey Ognaut Tinkerer, spot weld. will place a junk droid in his own space. Junk droid moves forward to attack the closest hero with a gun. That would be me.
Yeah.
1 and an attack on... at the end of its activation, the closest rebel within 2 spaces of the junk droid suffers a strain. So that's also going to be me. So we've got a green die versus a black die. Where's our black die gone? Did you make copies? Our black die seems to have gone missing.
Wait, what? Are they gone?
Seems to be, yeah. Did you make copies?
Weird. Yeah, I'm just... Okay, one sec. I'll find them.
Sure. Okay, so let's have an attack on Mern. Doing 1 damage and allowing me to clear a strain from Loku.
You know what?
Can't do Biv,
no,
so...
It doesn't work on Biv because, yeah, that's a pity.
Yep. And now, the end of its activation, the closest rebel within 2 spaces, which is me, will suffer a strain. So there is another strain for Mern. Now, if the junk droid did not, it did. So now the Grey Agnot Tinkerer will move 2 to attack the closest hero with a gun weapon equipped. So it moves.
It removes the stun.
And it has nothing to shoot. So now it's already done a spot weld, and that's a move. So I think that is it done.
Yeah.
Because either way, even if you skipped that move, it would just do move forward reposition forward. So it's either way, it is done. Finished. So it is now over to you for Loku and Saska's activations.
Yeah.
I wonder if junk droids, I wonder if Ugnaughts are preferred for furnace tasks. I think that'd be excellent if they were.
Yeah, also very befitting.
Mm.
Yeah, the question is what to do now. Loku could go and start working on the Nexu.
I think we got to start rescuing these rebels. If it was me,
do, yeah.
I'd get close to them. If we release them all at the same time, there'll be quite a close clump.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the thing is that the Loco is the one best for removing things, and I think the Nexus is going to get a bit in our way, and also the bleeds are a pain in the hiney.
I think you should move forward. I think we need to get onto these rebel tokens and then get around them. I think the Nexus will come back to us, so we can deal with it when it comes.
That's a good point. The question is if Saska should go first then.
Well, we have the luxury. Remember, it's both. It's you then you. So.
Yeah. I'm just the bleeds are a bit of a nuisance, and they're especially a nuisance for Loco with his possible killing stuff and so on. I'm thinking about moving up Saska and have her maybe use the emergency med pack on Loco. Would that make sense?
Sure.
And then she can also put a token on somewhere. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. The question is, does Biv need a token more than Loku?
I don't think so. Not with the surges I currently have, so.
No, but sometimes it means we can be sure you get some accuracy, but on the other hand, maybe not. Okay, in that case, she's going to take a strain to put a tech token on Loku. So she's in 4 strain, but she's then going to rest.
Okay.
And she's going to use the emergency med pack.
Okay.
To
He'll look for 5. I like it.
Need a bit of table place. There. To get rid of 5 on Loku.
Sorry, it's getting a little hidden.
And I still have a movement point left. I wonder if I should strain with her as well, or if that's...
As long as you're within...
let's strain.
Yeah, okay.
Right, let's get up there with her. Because you can only strain so much every round anyway, so...
Sure.
Okay, so that is Saska.
Okay. And
Are you saying we should have Loco just run up and interact with one of those things?
No, I think if you could kill somebody on the way, that'd be fine. But if we activate as many of them as we can on the same turn, I think they sort of become an easier to slightly protect pocket.
Okay.
I don't remember that specifically, but I feel like one of my very unsuccessful missions on this, I released them 2 separately from each other, and they became... It literally was herding cats. It literally was too much to keep track of. Like you and parenting.
Yeah. But if he's killing stuff, why not then kill the...
I'll need to speed this up a little bit, mate. I think you're going to have to... I trust you to go with your true gut here. I think forwarding killing is good.
Okay. I just think if... we know that Saska can probably free 2 of them next round. So... that leaves another 2 to be freed. Anyway, let's see. You know what? I think I'll get rid of the bleed.
Yeah, why not?
And then move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question is now, should I put a token on the Tinkerer, or should I strain further up?
I'd save your token for worse things.
Next round, okay.
I think you're as close as you'd want to be at the moment.
Yeah, I think actually let's just end his activation there then and see what happens.
I agree. So we've gone with both. So I'm going to end Saska and Loku. Sorry, I should have done both. Round 5. Still quiet as a grave out there. I think the next thing might be triggered by rescuing a rebel. So.
All right. I think we should probably go with something that can kill the Tinkerer.
Agreed.
That could be Loku, and then he could maybe also activate the thing next to him that needs to be freed.
Sounds good. I even wonder if the cat might not even be in range. So it could be, since the Tinker's only got 4 health, I could try to do it with Mern.
Yeah, then you would spend 2 actions on it, don't you?
I would love to clear the bleed. Actually, maybe leaving it to Loku is
I think Loku can... I mean, I could basically, if I want to be sure, I could put a token on it. And
okay.
Let's do that then. So I'll take 2 strain. Put a token on him, and then attack him. I think, just to be on the safe side, and I can always recover strain, I'm going to use the tech token.
Why not?
And he has a black die, doesn't he? Yeah. Ooh. I think I'm going to have to use the Atmos armor.
I believe it's... I believe that's what it's there for. Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll both my dice. Alright, so... let's see. I have 2 surges, so that's 3 damage in total. So then I'm at 4 damage. And then I have 1 damage from the recon token, so that means I am doing... sorry, I'm doing 5 minus 3, so that's 2 damage through.
Okay.
And I think, to be honest, I'm going to use a tactical display
Yep.
to recover a strain.
Okay.
I can't believe it, but I need to attack him again to kill him despite having the token on him. But let's do that, right?
Here it is. That looks good.
Okay. That's more than enough, but unfortunately I don't get to recover a strain this time around.
Still proud of you.
Alright, so you can put him down as defeated in the...
And we have a junk droid sitting around not doing probably very much for the rest. Now, that's your action done.
I could strain one because but I don't know where I need to be, and I do not get to flip any of the captured ones, so I think I'll just stay put. Yeah.
Okay. So Loku has gone. The Nexu will pounce to an enemy figure within 6 spaces and adjacent to 2 or more rebels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could not.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, it can't do it.
Well, pounce is normally...
Oh, I'm counting that way, but you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the closest I can count. 1, 2, because I don't think you were allowed to count.
Yeah, but in that space he can attack you because he takes up 4 spaces, right?
I'm afraid that would be this.
That's how you do pounce normally. I don't know if that would work differently here anyway.
Again, place this figure in an empty space within 6 spaces of the adjacent and adjacent 2 or more. I'm afraid that this kitty has played itself and rendered itself...
Yeah, it does say within... It does need that it'll pounce, and the empty... It sounds like the empty space needs to be adjacent to 2 or more rebels.
But then the next one is attack Saska, which would default towards Mern. So since I think it can do neither, I think it's gone too far away.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to move.
That's because its pounce works a little bit different here. But
no, its pounce is really
and you're right, Stefan. We can we're with none of us being wounded yet. We're on a good path.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He can of course attack Biv, so he will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is to there. Pounce.
Yeah.
And this would be attacking Saska, but not being able to attack Saska, the best he can do is attack Biv.
It's Biv, yeah.
Okay. So, a red and a green and a black. And we'll roll that up. And we've got... Ooh, good defense.
You could use your helmet in that you're maybe going next anyway, or soon. And the surge is probably... the surge is doing how much?
Here's 2 at the moment, so it's enabling it to do 1 damage.
Yeah.
I think it's 1 on the way, so I'm happy to leave it as 1 damage.
Yeah, and a bleed.
Yeah. Could literally get worse, so... 1 damage and a bleed. 5, 6, 7, 8, and bleeding, which I will expand. And then the cat will move 3 to reposition 3, which will be 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, just 1, 2. Yeah, I keep getting that wrong. Alrighty, pretty cat. So, that is the next done. Back to us.
Should we have Saska free 2 of the...
I think she should. And I think Mern will probably want to... Mern will only be able to cure... 1, 2... Mern will only be able to free 1, so we'll have 1 straggler.
Yeah, but that's maybe
that'll
maybe
happen.
okay.
Yeah, hard to avoid entirely.
Okay. Okay. So let's have. She could also. I guess she could also do a grenade on the Nexu, but the grenade is just seems a bit of a waste, right? So let's just have her go. So let's go with the blue token then.
Okay, so we're activating the blue token. So that was okay. Just as you arrive at this crew member's side, she has managed to free her hands from her bonds. You help her with the bindings around her ankles. Flip this Imperial token to its rebel side. And it moves, running. So we'll just do a flip here, and then it runs right into the Nexu's paws. Well done. going back to the shot. Imperial figures will now be able to attack this and other crew members you rescue. The Imperial activation window will tell you when to attack targets as a crew member. You can protect crew members by staying within one space of them. They will move with a speed of 4 at the end of each round. You can select a Rebel mission token in the app to see their special rules for rescue crew members. Yeah, sorry, I lost that. Good. Well done, Saska. Do you want to do another?
Yeah. I'm guessing she will strain 2 to the corner. Whoops.
Yeah.
If she can stay on her...
Loku's a little bit out of place, I think, because...
his gun is...
causing problems.
Okay, and then she's going to do the same with the green.
Okay, so let's inform the app that the green one has been rescued. You free the captain from her bonds. I have to get you in contact with Alliance HQ immediately, she says to you. They have to know. You ask her what she's talking about. I can't discuss it here, but I think we've been betrayed. We have to get back to the freedom fighter as soon as possible. Flip this mission token to its rebel side. Excellent. And it moves. Do you see the captain takes off, running towards the shuttle? She doesn't know how to cut the corners, apparently, so she's only going to go to there. Right to the arms of the junk droid. Continue.
Okay.
Well, and Saska is all done then?
Yes, that's all she can do.
Excellent. Okay.
She can't put any tokens on anyone this time because she needed the strain to get to the captives. Should we have Mern pick up the yellow one?
I think Biv should.
We could also have Biv run up and smack the...
Let's go with Biv and see if he shakes it off. So I'll activate Biv. I think he's the right choice to go. So that's 1, 2, 3. And 2 successes. Come on, Biv. Oh, dear.
Oh, that's nice.
Alright, so no shaking off for Biv. So I think if Biv goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, he can free yellow, which would... or
the thing
1,
is,
2,
if
3, 4, oh.
if Biff strains twice, he'll be on top of the blue token, protected, and you'll get 3 attacks in on the Nexu.
This is true.
And then Mern can free the yellow, and then Saska can free the red next round.
I accept your terms, sir. Good point. So let's go 1, 2 strains. Now, strain is going to start turning into damage for me in a second, because I'm going to do a close and personal attack, which, declaring it, will get a strain ready for me later if I don't clear one. So the first attack will be red and yellow against this Nexu. So, here we go.
+1.
+1. And like you, I'm going to roll it all the way, and then... Okay. So, I'm just seeing 1, 2, 3 damage. Oh, because it's a Nexu, of course, that is a block and a surge block. So, I'm seeing 1 damage and a surge, which I will use to clear a strain.
It's 2 damage because of the recon token.
2 damage, and I'll clear a strain. So, damages onto the Nexu. 1, whoop, and 2. Okay, second attack, this time with my gun. Given I'm...
And you can use the bolt upgrade to add to the damage a bit.
I think I will, yes. So I will do a green-red attack here.
Oh, and you got a strain, of course, from... Oh, no, you don't get that just yet, you're right.
Not just yet, yeah. Okay, so... Oh, I saw that coming. Okay, dodged. Can I recover strain on dodges?
Yes, you can.
I think I shall.
And then you take 1 from the bleed.
And now I take 1 back from the bleed, yes.
And you still have an action left.
4 damage left.
Yeah, let's shoot him.
Not easy. Alright, let's shoot him up.
Oh, you
sorry, I'm
would
still
have to...
rolling. Yes, this time it would be a blue.
Blue.
So I'll just reroll this. Oh, well. 4 damage. 5 damage. Dead Nexu.
So he has an extra block, but that's still 4 damage through because of the recon token.
Dead Nexu. Defeated.
Exactly enough.
Biv taking a strain due to his bleed. Hopefully that'll be shaken off. Biv, MVP, killing it as ever. Done. Biv finished. So now it is just Mern's time to shine. Unfortunately, Mern will have to take some bleed to do this because she's not able to do otherwise. So I think she's going to have to go. Or we fire in 2 pods. I can clear bleed and go up now. What do you think?
Yeah, that might be better actually. If you're not going to get anyone.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, wouldn't you be better off resting and then straining towards it?
I hear you. Let's rest. Let's use another med pack.
Well, yeah, you need to get rid of the bleed first, and then rest, and then strain twice.
Why would I need to get rid of the bleed first? Can I not just...
Because if you're resting, you're taking damage from it. If you're still bleeding and you're taking an action like resting, you'll take it. Yeah.
Clear bleed, then rest, then take 2 strain.
Yeah.
Got it. 1, 2.
And then we've spent a med pack as well.
We have. And that is the end of Mern. Now,
I think that's the end of the round as well, isn't it?
Get rid of this next two. It is. So the green crew member has gone to here. The blue token is going to... This is why Biv's efforts were somewhat futile, because this is what I mean by these bloody kittens that we're going to need to take care
of. Yeah.
Okay. You think you hear a whirring sound coming from somewhere nearby. You look around but cannot find the source. Just then, something lands on top of you, smashing you to the ground with a thud. You groggily look up to see the deadly assassin droid IG-88 standing over you, weapons at the ready. Roll 1 red die. There we go. And the roll is... That's the roll. 2 and a strain. The healthy hero, who has suffered the least damage, I see that to be Saska, suffers 2 damage and becomes stunned. Then, deploy Iggy as close as possible to that hero. So,
is it two damage and a stun?
To Saska. And Iggy has been deployed. Continue. An ominous figure stands near the shuttle, ready to destroy you. It is... Deploy General Sorin. Well, I hope he'll get some fun allies to play with, or do some interesting effects. Who would have thought General Sorin would be by the shuttle? A squad of Imperial troops enters the docking bay. If you don't move quickly, they will capture the freed crew members, or worse. Two generic sentry droids, that's good news for Sorin, have arrived here. And I expect there. Okie dokie. And an officer, an elite officer no less. Here. Gotta love those elite officers giving orders to everywhere. Minor peril. Radiant heat from the furnace has turned the room into an oven, made worse by the singeing energy of flying blaster bolts. Each rebel on the 23 or 24B tile, or any connected tile, that is all of us, suffers 1 strain.
1 strain for every one of us?
1 strain to every one of us. So that is a damage for poor Biv. May even... Oh, a strain for poor Mern.
Oh, sentry droids. Okay, I found a... Oh no, I got the right one.
Generic sentry, yeah.
Ha.
Okay. Over to us.
Now, could you check the rules? That there's something about if there's a rebel within... Next to them, they cannot be attacked?
Precisely.
Or how is it?
So, the rebel tokens have health 6, but basically, if they attempt to attack the rebel token, if there is a... when they attempt to attack the rebel token, if there is a hero within 1 space, they will attack that hero instead. Oh, the rebel tokens have a white die defense. Okay, I think that means we should get someone down to the blue token very quickly.
Yeah, I
Ideally
agree.
without taking Biv away.
I was actually wondering if Biv should go there, because I think only IG can attack the other one. But then, of course, if IG activates first, then we're probably going to lose the green one.
I think it should be Mern. I think Mern should attempt to stun Iggy.
I don't think that's possible,
Or
right?
is it too
It's
good
only-
for? Yes, no. So he can't stun Higgy. But I think if Mern goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, she can be reasonably out of line of sight, and protecting the blue token.
Okay, but it does mean that we're not going to get the yellow token though sorted then.
Possibly yes.
Because Saska is
Because
stunned.
Pesca is stunned, that is bad news. Yeah.
And strained out.
Well, I can go with Biv.
The other option is Loco. How far can you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Loco could go down there and take a lot of fire from them. That would be one option.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he is rolling infinite dodges, so there's that.
Again, it's just one movement point too far away. Where are all our movement point abilities? There's a lot of things that spawned at the same time. There's also the wild card of the shock grenade, but I don't think it does a lot on IG-88 because he can shoot at us from where he is, so it's not going to help us particularly much. I don't know if I don't know if the best option is for Biff to.
Let's go with Biv. The reason being, we can then see the shake it off and see if the situation changes.
Yeah.
So Biv will go. He will attempt to shake it off. Grabbing.
If you got rid of the bleed, that would be.
That would be very handy. Oh, it does not look like it though.
Hold on, is it a requirement for the hero to be healthy to prevent the attack?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So Biv does not shake it off. So I think he will debleed and then go 1, 2, 3. Biv is done.
And they're still not able to attack the thingy if you're out of line of sight?
They will attempt to attack the thing. If there's somebody else, they will attempt to attack me. If they don't have line of sight to me, they'll try to move to line of sight of me. And the thing you can have with Mac in this mission is that they can... Mac is an excellent guardian because they can not have line of sight to him even though they have to attack him. Okay, so I'm finishing Biv's move there. It's Iggy!
Of course it is.
So, Blaze of Glory. At the end of this activation, the figure moves 1 to attack Mern. Apply +2 accuracy. If this figure performed this attack, it suffers 3 damage. This figure's attacks pool consists of red and yellow during this activation, and its priority is recover 3, then 2 damage. So that's going to be 2 damage. Move 1 to attack a rebel within 3 spaces.
I think our Skype, by the way, somehow the sharing of the screen got bungled. Anyway, never mind.
No, it should. Well, mine's still displaying it as going. Anyway, so the moves 1 to attack Mern. Mern doesn't need to move. Mern's right next to him, and I don't think you get out of Relentless in this case. Arsenal is out, and so that means we do have to suffer Relentless. So a strain onto Mern, which luckily she can take. Now, a red-yellow attack on Mern. 1, 2, 3. Boom. It is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, -1, 4 damage. No options to do anything clever about that, so I'll take 4 damage.
Now, let's get rid of a strain somewhere.
Yeah, we'll get to that now. So now figurehead, so somebody within 3 can lose a strain. That would be...
Maybe the best thing is Saska.
Why not?
Okay, is he going to attack you again, or what's going to happen next?
Well, he does not have Arsenal, but he does have Assault, so I think he will attack again, and he'll attack Mern again.
Yeah, I can't see him right now in the Skype, so I don't know how he works out. So the thing is, if we get another strain of Saska, he can get to the yellow one.
Well, he has attacked again, and he has done 2 more damage. So you will get another strain off Saska.
Okay.
1 and 2. And that is Iggy finished, because he did 2 attacks. So, do you want to go with Saska?
No, that's just for what she can do later. But
Okay.
did IG88 doesn't do an extra attack at the end of his
He's done 2
activation?
attacks. I did 2 attacks.
Yeah,
That's why
I
it's not
can't
so
see. I can't see the information. I just thought you read that he, at the end of his activation, he did another attack.
Oh, you're quite right. Let's just look at the. Yeah.
The Blaze of Glory thing.
Hang on, I can. I've wondered if this is a way to quickly check it. If I just keep activating it, focused on the kill. Let's try keep attack. I'm just going to keep activating him until I get Blaze of Glory. There it is. And I think it was attacking Mern again. So it's going to attack again.
So he's going to attack you 3 times, basically.
Yes. So here's the attack. And he does 3 more damage, which, is just enough to wound me. Oh, I forgot I'm also strained, so it's definitely enough to wound me because of the assault. So now he suffers 3 damage for having blazed so gloriously.
But just put it on his deployment card.
Okay, and I am going to unlock and flip Mern, and we're going to have to just go a little bit faster for the end of this because I do need to get some stuff.
All right.
So, Mern has been defeated.
Okay. Should I go with? I think Loco just needs to run forward to where things are happening.
Sure thing.
So Loco needs to do that rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have any med packs left? No, I don't need any med packs, do I?
You're all out, I'm afraid.
What I could do is I could rest and just move 2, so I get a bit further. So here.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I've rested and I've strained twice. And then the uniform is also available for you defending.
Excellent. So shall I end Loku's
Yeah.
move? Okay. The elite Imperial officer. At the start of this activation, each Imperial figure within 3 spaces, which would be Soren and the 2 of them, discards a harmful condition. Each of these figures that did not discard a harmful condition recovers 2 health. Well, that's fine. Executive order. Another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 6 or less that can perform an attack. Aha!
None.
This is where it's good news. None of them. Oh, hang on. The junk droid.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It attacks the closest rebel mission token. If there is a rebel within 1 space that token, target that rebel instead if able. Now, it cannot, so it doesn't. I think it.
Yeah, it's melee, isn't it?
So it'll switch to attacking. It'll switch to attacking Mern.
Yeah.
So here we go, and we roll. It does no damage, but luckily
Yes,
I've lost.
It doesn't have search abilities right now because its
lost
parent.
That's true. Okay, so now move 1 to attack the closest rebel token. If there's a rebel token within 1 space, target that figure instead. If it moves 1 to there, does it have line of sight? It does not, so it's not going to do that. Instead, it's going to move 3 to engage the Imperial figure with the most health remaining, which is definitely Mr. Soren. Cower. The Imperial with the highest figure cost, which is this Mr. Soren, gets focused. And that is the end of the officer's activation. Back to us. I think Mern should possibly go.
Yeah, just free the yellow one, right?
Yes, I think she's going to do a move. Go 1. Free that rebel token. There we go. Rescued. And it's mated bash for it. Straight to there. Oh, now the junk droid can attack the token.
But now Mern gets to.
Mern gets 2 movements to go right into Iggy's, still into Iggy's space. And let's stun that junk droid. So I can't do that again. Stunned. A stunned junk droid with my sonic bellow.
Okay, then it's the opponents.
Okay, Mern is done. Let's have General Soren. At the start of this activation, this figure becomes focused. You're already focused. Bombardment. This figure's attacks do not require line of sight or accuracy, and each gets blast 1.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So, action. Attack 2 different rebels. Target the healthy rebel that is adjacent to the most other rebels. Well, that would be either Biv or Loku.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I think, would be Biv, who is closer to death.
And next to a...
And next, well, they both are. They're both next to somebody. So, these figures attack do not attack line of sight or accuracy, and they each get blast 1. So, here's an attack on Biv with green, blue, yellow. Wow, they really made these characters a little more fun against a black die. Here's the attack. There's the wind up and the pitch. Oh, you can tell that wants to be a 3, but it's stuck. Okay, so I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, and a surge, and the surge will be for, yeah.
What are his surges?
+1, stun, and focus.
Okay, and he does 1 extra blast. Is
He
that
can
it?
do 1 extra blast. Yeah, he doesn't have blast.
So,
surge.
I mean, you have your reinforced helmet you could use, and we also have the admiral's uniform, what we can use in your defense roll.
Let's re-roll the yellow first and see how that goes with the helmet. Okay,
so that was the helmet.
Down to 4. I think I'll just take the 4 damage, which
is he going to attack twice?
Yes, because he's going to attack 2 different rebels.
Should we not use the admiral? What is his search ability he's using now then?
+1 damage.
Shouldn't we use the admiral's uniform on your defense roll then? Because it's better on yours than on mine.
Okay. Are you sure it's not better than, because he's next going to attack? He's next going to attack Loku.
Isn't he attacking the one that's closest to the other rebel?
He's going to attack 2 different rebels
that are the closest to as many other
healthy
rebels.
And close to the rebels. So it's going to be me, then you, and we're going to get blast both times.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So the next attack is going to be on Loku, not Mern. And my
yes.
white die is not very useful for rerolling, so I think we should reroll your 1 block.
Okay. We'll reroll.
If you want to.
So, reroll. Well, when you're right, you're right. So that's 1 damage to me, and 1 damage to the
me?
rebel token.
And 1 damage to me, right?
And now he attacks you, but this time he does not have focus.
Oh, there's only the first one. Okay,
Yes.
but I have a white die.
So,
but it's still blast 1?
It's still going to be blast 1, yeah.
Okay,
2 damage and blast 1. So Biv takes another, going to 10. Oh, no, going to 11 apparently. And the other rebel token takes a damage. But that's fine. These guys are tough. They can take a few blasts. Now, move 2 to engage as many Imperial figures as possible. That would be there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a cower, but that's where he'll finish.
Okay. Is it Saska then?
Yes it is.
So I guess she's going to free this one. The remaining red token.
Okay, freeing. Rescue. You free the man from his bonds, but he's too injured to move. If you had a med pack, he might be able to get to the ship, but right now you have no med pack. We can promise to return with the med pack, or leave him behind. I think we should come back when we got a med pack.
Don't know that that's going to happen.
Well, it seems that promising to return with the med pack is... Oh, hang on. So that did... I think that did absorb an interact. So I think you're going to have to...
Yeah. So I'll use my other action on my stunned condition.
Indeed.
And then I could strain. I don't know if that's useful.
Yeah, I may as well just strain within 2 of them. Yeah, down there is fine. Okie dokie. That is you done.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens with these regular sentry droids. Now, sentry. At the end of this figure's activation, the other Imperial figure within 3 spaces with the least health gains a block token. Targeting Peter, +1 damage and +2 accuracy. First move. Move 2 and attack the closest rebel token. If there's a hero instead. Cannot do. Multi-fire. Move 1 to attack the closest rebel that this figure has not attacked this activation. Apply -2 to this attack results. Does not apply. Move 2 to reposition 4. There he goes. And then move 6 to reposition 4. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that will put it at reposition 4, and it did not attack more than once, so it gains a damage token.
Block token, right? Or on someone?
No, it also gains a damage token if it did not attack. And now it would offer a other Imperial figure within 3 spaces of the least health, which is the officer, gains a block
I have
token.
them here. They're here. I've got them already.
That's for the officer. And then the other one goes. Now it's same deal. 1, 2, can't do anything. So it's going to move 2 to reposition 4, then go 1, 2, I think 3. And it's still the officer with the least health, so this officer gets another block token.
Actually, they're 5 health, both of them.
Ah.
So I don't know where we'd rather put it, on the officer or on the...
Imperial rule would say I think the sentry droids would be worse now that they got one. And since it also didn't attack, it also gets a damage token.
Yeah.
It's finished. These rebel boys are moving. 1. 2. This one's going right under Loku. And 3. And this guy is apparently not yet in the shuttle, but boy is he in a fun place.
Uh-oh. Oh, just one movement. You gotta be kidding me.
We're gonna have to add a new rebel, a new officer. Just a generic officer.
Yeah.
Have you deleted some officer tokens?
There were figures. No, they've been moved. They're right here. There's one.
Okay.
Here.
So let's put this guy down right there. Okay, I'll make him gray. Fine. Major Peril. The relentless assassin droid moves with inhuman speed, unleashing a barrage of blaster fire to the nearest threat. IG-88 attacks the nearest rebel. Green-yellow with recover 3 and +2.
So they're both equally close.
I think he'll go after the non-wounded one.
Yeah, makes sense.
You suffer relentless. 1 strain for you, which is a damage.
And what is he attacking with?
Green-yellow. And he's going to try to recover the 3 damage he took. But he can't. He's just going to do 3 damage.
3 damage is something.
Well, there's that Major Peril. So, what do we say now? I think Biv has to get on to protection duty. Sadly, we cannot protect them both. They did not stay together like we ordered.
There's one option, and that is that Loco strains twice, so he's next to the green, and then he fires twice at something in there to try and weed things out a bit.
Does that mean we just sacrifice Mr. Blue to the vagaries of fate?
Well, otherwise we sacrifice the green one, right?
That's true.
So with
I
Mern we
think the
get...
green one may be the captain.
I
I think we do have to keep the captain alive. It would be better to keep the captain alive if we can.
So what about Mern go first and strain twice and then attacks twice?
Loco, you mean?
Loco, yeah.
That seems fine to me. If I am right about that being the captain, I think I am. Yes, I think so.
So 2 strains. So who should I be shooting at though? The unblocked token.
I think the
sentry
unblocked
droid?
token sentry droid makes the most sense. Yeah. It'd be lovely to reduce the hit of that attack as much as possible.
They have a black defense die, don't they?
Yeah.
And 5 health. Okay, I'll shoot at that one then. That's 1, 2. That's more than enough range. Let's see.
Oh dear.
Damn it. I'm tempted to re-roll the blue, but the question is it going to be enough? Yeah, I'm going to re-roll the blue. Hope for a miracle. No.
Well, I think anybody watching would say we've probably had our miracles, so we don't
That's
deserve
going
anymore.
to be 1 damage through.
Okay.
And I'll shoot him again.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. I need to do 4 damage, don't I?
Yes.
I believe I'm going to end up being 1 short, because 1 search is 2 damage, so I'm 2 damage through. Then I can make another search with tactical display, so that I'm 3 damage through. That is sucky. The question is if I'm not better than recovering a strain with the tactical display, if I'm not killing it anyway. So that's going to take 2 damage, so it's on 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe it won't go next.
Yeah, then maybe.
We live in hope.
Yeah. And then I'll recover a strain. The question is, though, should I keep holding on to my strain to be able to move next round, or should I put a token on something? Whoops, this is wrong.
I think maybe putting a token on something would be a good idea. I couldn't necessarily tell you what immediately, but I feel like you're onto something there.
What do you think Biv might be inclined to hurt if he gets to go in there and save the blue one?
Ah, well, I think he's going to try to go for the one that's closest to death, since that's what Biv is best at, sort of barely keeping alive.
Is it worthwhile to put a recon token on that one then? You only need 2 through, but on the other hand, yeah.
I'd put it on the other one.
Yeah?
I'd trust my chances with my reroll.
Could also put it on the officer. One of the officers.
Up to you.
Let's play it safe. I'll put it on this guy. He's got a lot of tokens on him. Yeah, that's all she wrote, unfortunately.
Okay. So let's say Loku has gone. Right, it's General Soren. Mortar. At the start of this activation, each hero may test strength. If a hero is in an exterior space, which is just, I don't think anybody is, it may test eyeballs instead. Each hero that does not pass becomes weakened. Oh, we are not a strengthy bunch.
Well, Biv is.
Yeah, let me just get Biv out of the way. So Biv, will he avoid the weaken? He will not.
And neither. Well, actually, Loku will.
Looks
let's
like
see.
Mern is also weakened.
Saska is weakened.
Okay. So weakens all around. Well, that's Loku being the one who's not weakened is sort of worst case scenario as well. Now, General Soren is still bombarding, so he is not worried about line of sight or accuracy. He will attack 2 different rebels, and again his target will be the healthy rebel that is adjacent to the most other rebels. In this case, it's either Biv or Loku. It's going to be Biv and Loku.
Yeah.
He's 2 different rebels, so let's start with Biv, whose helmet is down, and he is rolling blue-yellow. So here we go. This is probably going to be a wounded Biv. It is.
What does the search do?
+1 and stun.
That's 1 damage through only?
1 damage through and stunned.
So you're not wounded yet? Well, you are in a moment when the blast comes in.
Yeah, when the blast comes in, I'll be wounded.
Is it still blast 1?
Yes.
Okay. So I take a damage now on Loku.
Yes, and I'm stunned. I'm trying to shake that off too.
Unfortunate.
And here comes the shot onto Loku. Oh, sorry, wrong die.
That's going to be a white die.
I'll let you roll that. Oh, well, we were due. So that is going to be 3 damage and stun to Loku.
Now, I'm at 10 damage, but I have 1 extra health from the Admiral's uniform.
Well done.
But that's about it. And then the stun, wow, that's a
Move
problem.
2 to engage as many Imperial figures as possible. That would be to there. Soren, well done. Well, he's feeling smug about that, I think. Although, luckily, Mr. Blue is still doing really well. So, let's go with Biv to try to protect Mr. Blue.
Yeah, I hope you can shake it off. That would be
It would, especially as long
be
as I'm not
so
wounded,
important.
so I actually can do it. That is shooken off.
There it is.
There
2
goes.
surges.
Do I lose a surge because I'm weakened?
I believe that's only on
Attacks.
attacks. Yes.
Okay. I'm no longer stunned. There's no med packs, as we know, so I think I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. See if you can finish
fully
off
strained. So it's time to finish off that guy with a red-green attack using the bolt upgrade. Boy, would I love some accuracy.
Oh, we also need to put some damage on these. Oh, why do I keep getting the wrong
I think
ones?
only one more went on this guy from that blast.
Yeah, but there's also one underneath me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, here's the attack on the guy with the token and everything. So
Yeah.
1, 2,
You get 1
3,
extra damage.
4, and an accuracy, 1 extra damage. So 2 damage goes through. He's dead.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And I didn't need the accuracy, so I'll use it to clear a. Oh, I didn't have it because I was weakened.
You're weakened. You're weakened.
Okay. That is Biv done. And you are now back to being a soak. Okay. Now, you may want to know that the elite Imperial officer would like to go. When the first Imperial attack is declared, the defender must remove a defense die from the defense pool. So, another figure with a cost of 6 or less that can perform an attack attacks the closest rebel mission token. If it cannot do so, it attacks the rebel instead. So this is an attack on Biv by Mr.
Sentry, right?
Sentry. So there goes the damage.
Yeah.
I lose defense die. So the Sentry rolls green, green.
It doesn't matter what he rolls unless he can put some conditions on because you're dead.
I am dead.
Or defeated, rather.
And
what does he do with its surge, though?
And he does with his surge, accuracy, pierce, and extra damage.
Okay.
So I am wounded, but I'm okay with it. Viv, you're a hero.
Oh.
Don't
Hi.
let no one tell you different.
There's an Ewok biking past now.
That sounds like a good time for Ewoks. And Viv, you are an absolute legend. Well done. That's executive order. Now, it did use executive order, so I ignore the next one, and then move 1 to attack the closest rebel mission token. In this case, it's going to be again another shot on Biv. So he moves 1 and attacks Biv.
Yeah.
This time I get a defense die. And there, and here we go.
Hold out, Viv.
Oh, what a tramp! What a trooper!
Doesn't he have a focus, though? He has a focus.
Doesn't have a focus.
Or was that
Nope, Soren.
Oh, that was Soren. Okay.
Soren. He's lost that a while ago. So Biv survives, and that is. Oh shoot! I need to do that again because I think he cowers now, and that will focus.
Soren.
Sorry, I think he moves to it. And, yeah, he stays next to the one, so Soren is refocused. Okay.
Huh.
That leaves Saska and Mern. I think Mern is going to, because Mern's stunned, she cannot.
No, the stun is on the Mern is weak. The stun is on the young droid.
Mern's going to go 1, 2, 3 and open a crate. Try to get that med pack. She is a legend.
Yeah.
1 med pack.
Don't you want to be a space to the right so that you can?
True enough.
Yeah.
Med pack secured. Mern is now done. Oh, you also notice a data pad lying at the bottom of the crate. Test eyeball. Well, my eyeball has seen better days. I wish I had.
Oh yeah, you're wounded as well.
But let's see if I can learn something. I cannot. You pick up the datapad and find it contains a list of the Freedom Fighters' crew and passengers. It would appear somebody's been sharing information about the transport with these mercenaries. Disappointing. That is Mern. Done.
And your weakened is gone.
And I am no longer weakened. It's time for Iggy. Focused on the kill. Discard all harmful conditions from this figure. Or if it has no harmful conditions, it becomes focused instead. Focused. Then move 2 to the nearest rebel. He's probably happy.
It's already. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose on being wounded in a moment.
Could be. Could indeed be. Let's attack Saska. Take a strain.
That is a damage.
He will be rolling a green and red.
I don't think he can avoid, unless I can find that.
Unless you can find that dodge.
Let's just clear these out a bit. Hi, Scott. It's a little boy. I was curious here. Okay, let's see. Nope. What does he do with his surges?
1, 2, 3, and he's going to recover his 3, which I think he may have already done. But anyway, it doesn't matter either way, because I think you're dead. Okay, now he attacks you again.
Okay.
So from your wounded side, he's no longer focused though.
I'll take a damage from the
strain, and then
relentless.
suffer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 damage.
So that's 5 damage in total.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And he is finished. Now, Loku, I think, is actually reasonably protected. I think some people are going to get away here. Not everybody.
So the only one who's left to go is Saska, isn't it?
Yes. I think we are going to lose to wounding, but I do think you should still...
Does she need to interact with the
Yes.
wounded one again?
Yes, because now you can give him a med pack.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we'll survive, but at the same time, if we get the captain out, that's at least somebody. Use a med pack. He's up. He's moving. And he's gone to there, next to Mern. That was sensible of him. The last of your crew is liberated. It's time to make a quick escape. You cover your crew as they race back to the shuttle. Cover the crew members as they return to the shuttle and escape. We probably need to release docking clamps as well.
Well, I don't know if we already... She did something earlier with the...
No, it's another interact that needs to happen.
Oh,
but I
crap.
think we'll see if we do it. Let's see.
Okay, but so Saska has one action left.
Yes,
Biv's
going to tank a lot.
I could throw a grenade here to stun, or I could run. I don't know what's better. Well, one is move 4.
I'd run for it.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm rid of my weakened.
Perfect. You only have 3 strain now because your endurance has gone down too.
But we still have a couple of Imperial interactions, or sorry, activations.
Yes. I think they'll be biffing on Biv a bit. So, the regular sentry droid. Charge shot. So, at the end of this figure's activation, other than figure will gain a block token within 3 spaces with the least health. Gain 1 and 4 accuracy. Figures do not block this figure's line of sight. Move 2 to attack the closest rebel mission token. It's right there. If there's a rebel within 1 space, attack that rebel instead, if able. So it's going to attack.
Oh, Biv, you just have to hold the line.
Just has to hold the line.
Oh,
so
it's all up to Biv.
we've got green versus black with a reroll, and he's got +1 damage on this stack. I will take 3, I suppose.
Yeah, he's got +1 from.
No,
he
he
had a
doesn't.
power token.
Nope. The
Doesn't have
one
a
who
power
died.
token.
The one who died had the power token.
Yeah. He just has a block token. This guy.
Yeah. Because that guy already attacked. And then because he was
Might as well
he was
reroll.
ordered to. Might as well reroll one of it.
With the reinforced helmet, right?
But yeah. +1 actually appears 2 and +1. Yeah, let's reroll one of them.
Oh, you're rerolling. Oh, sorry. I thought you were rerolling your own. Never mind.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Pierce. So it's 3 damage. Same. So 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now he will move 3 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3. Probably as far as he can go. Gains a damage token.
And then he also gives someone a block token, doesn't he?
Gives the lowest health, which is this officer.
Yeah.
Block token. Okay, he's finished. Now the officer. Order. So this figure gains a surge this turn. Another Imperial figure with cost of 3 or less that can perform an attack. That is no one. Everybody's got a higher figure cost.
Yeah.
That can attack. So it did not use order, so now it will move 3 to attack the nearest token, which it can't, so it'll attack Biv.
Oh, it moves the shortest path, right? So that'll be there.
Okay.
Hold it, Biv. Hold it.
That's what Biv is for. That's what Biv is there to do. takes a damage. And then
I think that's the round.
move 3 to engage the other Imperial figure with the most health remaining, which I think is Soren.
So he's actually there already.
Yeah, so he's fine with that. So now he cowers, so he would recover 2. And the non-focused Imperial figure with the higher figure's cost becomes focused. That's the officer in this case.
That'll be the officer.
Yeah. Finish. Round done. Discard the green rebel token, which has escaped.
The blue as well, I hope.
The yellow is jumping under Biv's protection. I don't know why. That doesn't seem like it's moved 4, but it's still just going there. Still within space to leave.
It only moves 2.
For some reason, yeah.
I think maybe it was moved earlier by mistake or something. Okay. And the blue, I hope, gets out.
The blue is gone. No, blue hasn't gone yet, but blue will go, I think. Okay. Blue has escaped. Okay. I think if we can keep Loku alive through chicanery, I believe, especially because Saska and Myrn are next to each other, distracting Soren.
It's just one thing, and there is the whole Soren problem.
But again, Soren prefers to attack people who are close together.
Yeah.
Oh, we are reinforcing 2 now, so reinforce a sentry droid. So I'll grab a sentry droid. I'll just copy this token. Okay, new sentry droid is there. What time is it? About an hour over my estimate. 3 hours seems to be pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. Just that reinforced. So, Loku, go hide.
I'm stunned, unfortunately, so there's only so much I can do.
I
but
think
I can
down
run
here
for
is
it.
a pretty darn good spot for a hiding person.
Yeah, I don't know which way is better in terms of hiding.
Do you? Don't you? There's an Iggy behind you. I think you should go as far away from Iggy as possible.
I'll get rid of my stun.
Yep.
Annoying stun. And just move as far away as I can.
God,
1, 2,
imagine
3,
if you
4,
hadn't got
5.
all those dodges. Good God.
Yeah. I'll run there.
Yes. Do you think closer is better for line of sight? Because I think this officer could move up and shoot a long range. So yeah.
It might be.
I think there's best.
Okay. I'll
all right, Loku.
hide there.
I need to actually, before I give my instructions, I need to defeat Saska and defeat Biv. No idea if that's going to have an effect on the mission. Loku is finished. Okay. General Soren is going. He has Pierce 1. Attack 2 different rebels. Target the healthy rebel that is adjacent to the most other rebels. Yeah!
Man.
So first it's Myrn. He's got focus. He's got free Pierce 1. He is rolling 1, 2, 3, and the best part is she's gonna give Saska a little strain recovery. So here's the attack on Myrn. It's got free blast 1 as we discussed. So that is
yeah.
So he's got free Pierce 1, plus 1 damage, and stun. So he has done
3 damage and a stun.
3 damage and a stun to Myrn. 1, 2, 3.
And I'll remove a strain from
stunning.
Saska.
And
take a damage.
Saska. And we should put her down to 2 because she can only hold 3 right now.
No, I've already done that.
But she can only hold 3 strain right now.
Oh yes, you're absolutely right.
So, right, and now it'll be an attack without focus on
Saska.
So here
Which
we
could
go.
kill her.
That is true. She will be missed. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, she's fine. And I take a blast, putting Myrn to 4. Alright, and now move 2 to engage as many Imperial figures as possible. He is engaging just about as many as he can possibly do. Advanced firepower. Each adjacent Imperial figure becomes focused. Woohoo! So let's focus that officer up. Let's get rid of that and focus that sentry droid up. That sentry droid is a problem. Alright, and he's finished. Back to us.
Okay, so Saska is going to die any moment.
She can go be a distraction.
Yes. Are you? Oh, Mern is stunned now.
Yes.
So Saska could go and stand next to the. Oh, you know what? Saska could now throw that stun grenade at IG-88, and then she could move to the red token.
I hear you. I just wonder how good it is to stun Iggy. Why not?
We're limiting his mobility. She could also stun Biv, but that's maybe not so useful. Now, Biv has a chance of removing stuff before that goes, but
1, 2,
I don't know if
3,
it's better
4,
to get something next to
5,
that rebel
1,
token.
2, 3. What's the range on the 3 spaces? I think I'm fine with try to stun 1, 2, 3. Oh, you will have to move to stun.
No. It's 3 and everything adjacent.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I gotcha. All right. Yes, I'd say throw it and protect red.
Okay, is that what dice is that? That's a yellow die. Okay. Unless we think we need that grenade down here.
Let's just go with it. I think it's.
All right.
It's because I think the surviving.
No damage, but a stun at least. And then she's going to move 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
She could move 4.
Let's do it. Good. She is done. Which means Iggy goes. Blaze of Glory. He's going to do another blaze. Extra attack for closest rebels. So that's probably bad news for Mern. Red and yellow this activation. So he's stunned. So he moves 1 to attack the rebel within 3 spaces. It's Mern. He doesn't move. He attacks. Red, yellow. No relentless.
Yeah. And no accuracy.
And no accuracy. Let's just double check that about him. Yeah. So now he will move 1 to attack a rebel within 2 spaces. But he can't do that, because there'll be no rebels. So instead he'll move 5 to attack a rebel within 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, attacking Mern. Being relentless, putting her to 5 damage. Attacking her with red, yellow. And doing, he's done really badly. He can't recover 3, so he's going to do +2, so another 3 damage to Mern. 5, 6, 7, 8. She is alive and kicking. And now he will attack her again with +2 accuracy, and then suffer 3 damage. So she takes another strain, which is another damage. She's got 3 health left. And she's dead. Mern has been double defeated. She's gone. And he now suffers 3 damage for blazing like such a hero. Has he taken them? Good.
Alright.
Okay.
So that means Biv.
We have Biv.
Can he try and kill something?
Biv should try to rest and kill. So let's have Biv shake it off with. Oh god, I feel like I hear that song every time I do this ability. But here we go, Biv. I believe in you. Double surge is absolutely possible.
Wow.
So let's cure that strain. So you now have, unfortunately, so I can attack and try to get lucky to clear a strain, then close in person.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
Okay, I will attack.
The question is what to attack.
I think just officer.
Yeah, they're both basically. I would shoot at the elite, I think.
Okay, shooting at the elite. I'm going to use the bolt upgrade, but I'm actually going to add a yellow. I'm going to do a blue-yellow attack to try to really get that. I really need to clear a strain, or else I can't.
You don't have the range if you shoot at the elite with
blue-yellow?
Oh, it's 2 spaces away.
Blue-yellow?
You might roll. Oh, blue-yellow.
Blue-yellow.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So blue-yellow
okay.
against white.
And the elite one, then he's going to use a token.
He will. Here we go. Fantastic. So I will be doing 1 damage. I'm clearing a strain.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go close and personal, which of course has to be against the officer. And I will do a red-yellow.
This is the other officer, so there's yet another...
Yes, indeed. Well, no surges. Let's all just use it to clear a strain. I see 2 damage.
Yeah.
And I will attack again. And there it is.
Yeah. So he's taking 2 damage as well.
Oh, should we have re-rolled the Admiral's uniform? Oh no, we couldn't. Probably too far.
Oh, you can reroll now with your own strain.
Oh, well, no, that's...
But that doesn't help you now because...
Yeah. That's alright. I'll just take away the strain.
Now, here's a question. Would it be an idea for you to strain one so you're next to the terminal?
Sure. Oh, we probably needed to activate the terminal's docking clamps or something, but...
We don't know yet,
yeah.
I think.
I guess, yeah, the troopers are escaping, so that's absolutely fine. Okay, so that is me done. So let's tell them that Biv is done. Biv, you gotta survive. You gotta do it. You gotta survive. Okay, so with the regular sentry droids, at the start of this figure's activation, it gains a surge token. So surge token for each of them.
Let's just remember
Charge
that each
shot,
episode.
gain +1 and 4 accuracy. Figures do not block this figure's line of sight. Charge shot. Okay, so move 2 to attack the closest rebel mission token. If there's a rebel within 1 space of that token, target that rebel instead. So this guy, this guy's line of sight's all blocked.
Yeah, but we just got a message that the line of sight was not blocked for them, right?
Oh, that's true. So let's go with the back one first. 1, 2. And now...
And he has an extra surge.
And +4 accuracy. He's got a surge token and an extra
greens.
surge and a damage. So green on Mr. Biv. Here we go. +1/+1. Okay, so...
So he has an extra surge, right?
Yes, and an extra damage.
From
charge shot.
Okay.
Reroll defense.
Is that... that's a special charge shot in the app. Might be worthwhile to reroll the 2, use your helmet to reroll the 2...
No, I'll wait until the focus attack, then there'll be 3 dice, so it'll be a little bit... I think I'll just take the... Surge priority is +1 accuracy, Pierce 2, and +1. So he's going to get a Pierce 2 through as well, so
that's
all the more reason.
4 damage then.
So he doesn't need the accuracy, so it'll be Pierce 2 and +1, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 damage. Putting me to 7 of 13. Biv, you're doing it. You're doing it. I believe in you. Okay, he now ends his turn gaining a damage token. So he should be on 7.
Yeah, I think there was one hiding underneath. I think there were actually no. When you removed one, there was still underneath. It was a stack, so you are at 8 right now.
Okay. All right, and then he gains a damage token.
Power token.
Yes, and then moves 3 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's fine where he is. The next one will attack. Will move 2 to attack, so he's going to go 1, 2 next to that guy. Yeah. And attack with a damage token and a
here
focus.
for ease.
Sure.
Then, yeah.
Okay, so 3 greens and a surge and an extra damage. And attacking
Afraid that's enough.
Well, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They have an extra surge and an extra damage, right?
Yes. I'll just use it because I don't think it matters.
Reroll one of the double damage ones, but
I think without the ability to reroll myself, I think I'm dead. So let's just reroll that boy. Yep. All right. Biv has been sent home, and Mr. Yellow is now undefended. He will now move 5 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2 to there, and gain a damage token. And he's finished.
That was Biv.
That's Biv gone. Now, the elite Imperial officer. Another figure with a figure cost 6 or left. The camp form an attack, attacks the closest rebel mission token. It's yellow. So we've got a green versus white.
Plus an extra damage.
Plus the extra damage, yes. And plus an extra surge because that's special.
No, that extra surge was when they activated.
No, I'm talking about the Imperial officer has first Imperial attack gains +1.
Okay.
So I am seeing. Oops, that was a surge. 1, 2 damage, and an extra surge, which will be +1. That is just enough to get it to 5. I feel like Jeppe may have gone on Ewok duty.
Sorry, I don't know how that's 5. Isn't it more than that?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, this is misrolled. I touched this. This was on single surge.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah.
The tape will show. So he's just survived.
But then the officer gets to.
So if this figure did not use, now it did use executive order. So now the officer gets to move 1 and attack the rebel mission token. So he's going to go 1 to there and attack it with green, blue, yellow against white. Terminal back.
Yeah, it needs to be a dodge too.
I think it's a dodge or die. Oh, nearly. Okay, so that is
Dead.
defeated. Then it will cower, focusing the focusing the sentry droid again.
And you probably need to in the app to
I will
put the yellow as defeated. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'll put a focus on in the meantime.
Oh, it's only got health 4, not health 6. So it was dead a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, there we go.
And then the officer actually wouldn't have attacked, but
Yeah, so he would have attempted to attack Saska and not been able to.
I couldn't have. He couldn't have attacked. So I guess he's still focused and.
He's still focused, yeah. And he still would have cowered there. Okay, so now it's the other officer, whose activation will. Another Imperial figure with cost 3 or less attacks. It cannot. Does not use order. So moves 3 to attack the closest rebel mission token. If he can't, 1, 2, 3, he'll attack you instead. So here's the attack on Saska. And the first Imperial attack gains +1 surge, so he's got +1 surge. Wow.
He just needs to do 1 damage, so.
Okay, so that is defeating Saska, fully defeated. Alright, now he will, I assume, focus himself. Priority, yeah, he'll focus himself. And then go move 3 to engage the figure with the highest remaining, which is that, and focus.
So another focus on
Soren, yes.
Soren.
Yeah, bad run here. Finish. Red has moved to here. I think we're nearly done. Okay. Imperial figures now target rebel mission tokens directly. You can no longer protect them by being near them. Well, that's bad news for Mr. Red. Wow, round 9. It's just you, Loku. What do you want to do?
Mern is still here, right?
I thought Mern was defeated by... No, Mern has been defeated by Iggy.
Okay. Yeah, so, okay. I don't know what really happens. I think the only thing I can do is attack something.
I think, yeah, let's just get it out of the way.
So he's going to rest. Then he's going to strain 2 for 2 movement points.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to move there, and then he's going to attack the focus center droid. Which has a block token.
Yeah, let's try to get some fame.
Now I've got printed 2 extra accuracies. I have plenty, but you know what? I'm going to use my Admiral's uniform to
Why not?
reroll both dice.
We probably kept you too safe. I think if you'd been closer, we could have used your Admiral's uniform. May have been a better idea.
Yeah, I considered that, but I didn't. Like, let's see. I use tactical display for let's see, distances 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is less than I have. I only have 5 with my clear-minded, so I need to use my search from tactical display on +2 accuracy on damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 damage through, and then I'll move back to where I was. And 2 damage on the guide. I don't think that matters, but I'll put them on.
Let's see what happens. So Iggy is focused on the kill. He'll discard all harmful conditions, and then becomes focused. Moves 2 to the nearest rebel, which is Loku. 1, 2. Move 1 to attack the nearest rebel. Can't do it. 1. Can't do it. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and believe it or not, has line of sight. That sneaky bastard. 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green on Loku.
I'm not sure how many actions he did there, but
No.
I can't see your window at the moment.
He just did. I skipped the 2 move 1 in attacks because he couldn't.
Ah, okay.
And then I did
cool.
the move 5 in attack. So he's only gonna get 1 attack, but this is it. Ah, classic. So now he just moves 1 to reposition 2.
Okay.
Finished.
Does she just still do Blaze of Glory? Or
Not this time. No, he was focused on the kill this time.
Okay.
General Soren attacks 2 different rebels. Target the healthy rebel adjacent to Lestrel. He has become focused. He already was. So now you've got to survive this.
That is 3 damage.
So
And I just need to take 1 to be defeated, so that's it.
So I'm going to defeat you, which will the enemy forces prove too overwhelming for your team, and you are forced to retreat to your ship, leaving the captured crew behind. What? You saved a few of them. Back aboard the Freedom Fighter, you learn that Captain Darpik has been carrying a star map containing the locations of many of the Rebellion's safe harbors in this sector of space. A lot of damage can be done if that map falls into Imperial hands. It is imperative that it be retrieved. Oh, well. Defeat. We've somehow managed to get 890 new credits, and our fame, as you might imagine, has well, gone up a bit. We earned 28. 0 round bonus, 0 survival bonus. But we have now earned the supply pack card and the R5 astromech. Now, should we get the upgrade, just a slightly longer episode, and just get the upgrade out of the way? What do you think?
Sure.
That way, if you're going to set up for the next game, we can think of it out of the way. So I'm going to just quickly look at Orb Mantel, and let's not do the. Actually, no. Maybe we should just call it a day. I'll just look at our new weapons.
What was the other supply pack?
Supply pack and the R5 astromech.
Yeah.
Well, we got the spread barrel. Okay. So some exciting new guns coming. The Disruptor Pistol, Greedo's Gun, not to mention the Disruption Cell, the Spread Barrel, and the Charged Ammo Pack, all fun. I love that R5 astromech. That's going to be really fun.
Alright, so spread barrel, disruption cell.
Ignominious defeat. Ignominious, I suppose.
Alright, could you let me remove some of all this stuff?
Yeah, so the
oops, so mistake. Okay, I'm just going to blanket delete stuff because I really need some room right now for this. And then if you could talk me through them.
So hand cannon tier 1.
1 second.
In tier 1, hand cannon and charged ammo pack.
Charge. I don't have them sorted by charge. What ammo pack?
You can search.
Yeah, but I don't have them by
charged ammo
tier,
pack and
tier,
hand
so
cannon.
it doesn't matter. Tier doesn't matter. Just the name.
Okay. The 434 Death Hammer, the Disruptor Pistol.
1 thing at a time. Disruptor Pistol, right? Yeah.
434 Death Hammer. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Lovely. The DT-12 Heavy Blaster.
Yeah.
The Disruption Cell.
Yeah.
And the Spread Barrel.
Anything else?
That is all. That should be 7.
The problem is that the prices are a little bit
they are
different. 1 sec, let me just check this bit out. So many windows and only one monitor. Let's just see what. Mm-hmm. Okay. And
just do a quick price comparison here before calling it a day. So the charged ammo pack is at 100, which is accurate. Spread barrel is only 250, steel. Disruption cell is 350 only, as opposed to the 600 it usually is. And the Greedo's gun is the same. The disruptor pistol is 700, is the same. Death hammer is discount at 500, and the hand cannon is the same at 400. So, discounted death hammer and discounted spread barrel, and huge discount on the disruption cell.
yeah.
Well, let's leave this as food for thought for our next session and kick off our decisions at the start.
Okay.
Because I think that clocks us in at a healthy.
And let's do that. You and I can also just talk about it before then. It's a bit difficult when not knowing both the prices and such are different. Sure. Yeah, I did not actually expect us to play the full mission today, but now we ended up doing it, and I don't know if it hurt us a bit that we sort of had to rush, but.
Well, I think that'll probably be another familiar game experience to a lot of people because it's hard to leave it as go. So let's call it there, and
I will I'll save
mission.
These, and
once we start getting those big level ups for Saska and Biv, they're going to really start coming into their own. So we're in good shape. Good. Well, thank you all for listening and for joining in the chat.
Yeah.
And we will see you again soon.
Yeah. Right. Bye.
Take care then.